Sorry about that. My computer is a little doofy sometimes. It's just kind of annoying the way it needs updates. Anyway, we're back. Okay. Now to finish my salad. My salad. So delicious and spicy. It's kind of cold in here. Okay. I kind of just jumped in here, so I gotta get a few things reset up here. Uno momento. So sorry about that.
Only one thing. You forgot the pickles!
The salad is so good. It's from Salad and Go, if anyone cares. It's from Salad and Go. It's delicious. It's a fajita salad. It tastes exactly like a fajita. Although I don't eat lettuce on my fajitas. It does taste good in a salad form, though. I really like Salad and Go. It's kind of the main place I go to for my food. Don't judge. Don't judge my Christmas music. Don't you dare. I could have swore they put, like, tortilla chips in here, but I guess not. Kind of would be nice. Could have thrown some in. I have some in my cupboard. Anywho, I'm gonna eat, and we're gonna be on TikTok. I think we're gonna talk about ADHD tonight. How fun. Or just neurodivergency, I think. That was Amazon. Odin. What are you? Amazon just dropped us some stuff. I don't really like them knocking, but it is what it is. I gotta get my sign up. I did a car vlog today, so if you want to check that out, feel free. I don't really know who watches them or why, but I just enjoy doing them. So I figure I might as well post it and whatever. So nice to get my car back. Oh my god, and it's so nicely working now. It's been working so good. Rerun. What do you mean? Oh. What do you mean rerun? Oh, the beef. I really want to take a road trip next month. And seems like my car's good for that now. Oh, that's weird. I didn't tag it with that, so that's weird. But okay. Ooh, this is spicy. Bossa, welcome in. Newsflash, everything destroys this earth. Yeah, huh? The bacteria you bring on your bike tires no doubt destroys little ecosystems, and you probably run over little bugs that you don't even know. Bikes in general are not what is it? Environmentally safe in general. They still have plastic, rubbers, and stuff like that too on them. So, literally everything destroys this planet. I think that's part of creation, though, to be honest. When one thing is ruined and whatever, another thing is reborn, right? This salad is delicious. Cold water, nice salad. My insides feel fresh. Anywho, I don't know who's in here. We were just on and I had to restart my computer, so sorry about that. I don't know what you're saying, bro. I literally have no idea what you're saying. Man, I just wish I could drink coffee all the time. B9, hello. How are you doing? How's your week treating you? What belt or what do you mean? Yeah, but what in regards to what? Like, what are we? Is it a question? You seem ups. No. Well, I guess like finally got like stuff done. I've been just pumping out content the last few days. Not pumping out, but like doing content so that when I start like tonight, I just started posting. So again, so the next few days I'm just gonna be creating tons of content. So finally I got most of my content list done, which is nice. Shit off my shoulders. So I can focus on other things. I got fun, good stuff coming tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm eating a salad right now. Things are pretty good. I went for a car vlog today, so my car is officially fixed. It's no longer throwing that code, and she's doing the real skirty skirt fastness, even faster than before. It's a little scary. But yeah, the car is great. Spudgy, she's approved for surgery, so we are raising money for her surgery this week. So, and if you can see, there's already funds in it because of everybody who's sent stuff on TikTok as gifts, which will be on TikTok soon. But things are finally mellowing out. The home thing is mellowed out. Spudgy's health is much better because before she got her blood work, her liver levels were super high, which is bad. She's pissing in the house, barfing everywhere. All the dogs are barfing, but I'm pretty sure we all got mold toxicity. So I put us all on a mold protocol kind of diet, and her blood work came back really great. It's still a little high, but for the 2, 3, maybe a month that she's been on this, like all consistently, antibiotics and diet-wise, that's a really fast turnaround. So I'm really happy about that. So she was approved for her surgery. I gotta go see my doctor tomorrow. I actually forgot about my doctor. I missed my doctor's appointment. I was super hyped for it, but missed it accidentally. That's keeps happening. I'm so bad with my ADHD with that. Like I'll literally make an appointment and then I'll just hyper focus to where I think I have the right date or right time and it's not. It's completely wrong and then I miss it. It was on Monday and I thought my appointment was on Tuesday and I completely missed it. So what are we playing today? I'm not really playing anything. I don't really play video games much. That's not the point of my channel. My channel started off with cooking. We do cooking and podcasts, and once I can get better service, we'll just be bopping around town, exploring places, but I'm not much of a gamer. I play games like once in a while, but games are not my favorite. My ADHD can only handle like an hour of it. So... You have things to write down in a list? Oh, you have to write things down. Oh, yeah, dude. If you see the amount of lists I have, because the last week has been so busy. It's been like, okay, doctor's appointment. Go pick up Spudgy's new medicine. Get her blood work. Lawyer. You know, all these things. And then cleaning, because I haven't been able to clean. So my joints have been like somewhat able to be able to clean. And then I accidentally missed my plumber, so I had to reschedule that. And then, like, calling around the doctor to fucking schedule shit is annoying. Getting my prescriptions, all these little things. And that's where I want my health to be stable, because that out of the way would be so nice. But that, with all the content that I want to do, the amount of lists I've been going through are crazy. So I don't blame you. That's like one of the biggest things that helps me, honestly, is just list after list in so many different formats. I have whiteboards of lists. I have planners of lists on my phone, everywhere, dude. Damn, I hope Spudgy gets well. She's doing great. She's doing great. She has a little cyst on like her mammary gland, her boobie, that needs to be removed because it's a little lump, and I suspect it's something to do with the mold and then the food. She was eating regular dog food, and that just kind of if you had like a mold infection, like that would just feed it, because it's not green, it's not mold protocol. So she ended up getting like a little bacterial infection that needs to be removed because it's like a cyst. They want to test it. They want to make sure it's cancer free. I don't think it's cancer, but they always say it's cancer. They said it was, but I don't believe them. So I don't think she has cancer. I think she's going to be cancer free. So we're going to just raise money to get her surgery done, and that's on Monday. So we've got plenty of time. Between sales on my Patreon and other things and streaming, we should get that taken care of, and rent coming up at minimum. But I've been focusing real hard on just getting content made so that I can oversaturate from today all the way to the end of this month, and maybe another week or two after that, see how the platforms are doing. The purpose to oversaturate is really just to kind of re-trigger the algorithm in a different way, so that it'll bring a whole bunch of followers, and that I don't have to like struggle as hard to gain followers when it comes to new content. It just ends up pushing it out so much because of the oversaturation. It just like makes people think, like, not makes people, the algorithm thinks that people want to view it because it's oversaturated. So it's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I hope it works, but I hope with just doing a lot of content in the last few days that I've been doing, just focusing on making TikToks and stuff. You haven't seen them. Some of them I'm starting to post, but you haven't seen them yet because I just was like bulk making them. So then every day after this, I'm going to make a shit ton of content, and just hope things go well. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and we're going to be consistent back at Twitch, and now we're adding in YouTube. So I needed a couple days because things were a little delayed. I went to go get my car looked at, and with my car being a little slow, laundry took forever, but now that's done, thank God. So all my chores and shit are done, which is nice. So now I'm just focusing on content, which I'm excited for, because lots of cooking videos. I have a cooking video that I'm dropping tonight, and then Friday night we were doing the Adventure Time cookbook, if you guys remember. So I'm gonna start continuing that. So, and I'm gonna redo the nacho recipe that we did, but in the editing format that I have now, that I want to do. So, which you'll see tonight. So, despite me being sick, and I know I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I do plan on doing that, but when your health gets in the way, I hope like chronically ill people at least understand me with that, because I think people who are able-bodied look at me, and because I actually know this for a fact, because this is how Voldemort treated me. Like when I said like I was gonna do something and then I couldn't do it because all of a sudden the next day I couldn't walk. He's like, you always lie. I'm like, what? How's that lying? You know, but he's like, you say you're going to do one thing and then you don't do it. And I'm like, I guess, but like, I can't really tell. And the intention is still there, you know? So I just wait till my joints get better, and I do everything I can to make them get better so that I can do what I do. So that's why I always tell you guys, like, I would rather overplan, because to you guys it seems like overplanning, but to me it's just a matter of waiting for my joints to feel better to finally get everything off my list and get to that thing. So like my art pieces and stuff I've been working on slowly but surely, etc. So that like takes time, and then I'll wake up one day, you know, and not be able to walk or anything. And so obviously everything gets put on hold, and then cleaning stacks up, laundry stacks up, groceries stack up, because even though I don't shop for them in store, I get them for pickup, and it's still a struggle to put them away and everything when I'm super gimpy. So it just feels nice It's hard out there. Yeah, arthritis. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I've had it since I was 6, so this is kind of normal to me, but the problem is the real world doesn't go based off of what's normal to me, you know? So, I've had to figure out a way to make that work with my illness and income, and that's kind of why I like the way I do social media, because it allows me to do a little bit of everything, and that way, like, if my joints are bad, I can do TikToks in bed, right? If my joints are good, I could do cooking videos and motorcycle videos and just go out and about and explore and make that into content, you know? And just do funny videos and skits like that. Ow! Oh my god. That hurt. And stuff like that. So, that's exactly why I do the content that I do and stuff. But it's cold. It's so cold. I'm just excited because my joints feel better. Oh, not amazingly, but just the tiniest bit. I don't need to be 100% to get shit done, as you guys know. So, I would say I'm at like 60%, which is good. It's really good. So I hope the doctor bumps up my meds tomorrow for like a week, and then we go from there. And hopefully with my diet, things will just continue to go well. Spudgy's been getting better, and all me and the dogs are on the same protocol, same diet protocol. So, ooh, that hurts. Drake Vega, hello. What kind of car? Mini Cooper. My car? Mini Cooper. She's a beast of a thing. I love her. Everything and more that I wanted. I've always wanted one ever since I watched a special on PBS when I was a kid about like how they used to be like escape cars and stuff, and like rally cars and shit. I love them. Yeah, the last few weeks was a doozy, y'all. The car, Spudgy, because her, like a month or 2 months ago, I don't remember when, she's been on this, we've been switching her diet over for a while, like almost maybe 6 months at this point. But we made a completely different transition a few months ago, and like both them, the dogs, and myself are on the same exact diet. I eat garlic, they don't, obviously. But things are getting better health-wise, and I'm just looking forward to it because I just want to be on my motorcycle, and the dog's health is getting better, and the rental situation is taken care of. Obviously, I'm still here. Like, every day I'm so fucking grateful. You have no idea. 10 times more grateful. And that's where I'm like, okay, I just want to prepare now. Like, my rent's about $2,500. I want to prepare and save $3,000 for rent and just put $500 extra towards my account, if anything, because they like to charge me random shit. There's no sense in getting a lawyer consult again for $375 if they're charging me like a $200 fee and then go to court and risk eviction. Like, at that point, that's when I might as well just wait till my lease is done, you know? What kind of bike? I have a R3. Just a little R3. I can't fit a 600. They're too, even if I got it lowered to my height, they're too heavy for me. They're way too heavy. So I've been working on getting the body weight up and like strengthening my legs because I've been bedridden. So it's like my legs have atrophied a lot. So I'm trying to get my muscles back, but I can't walk very well. So it's like I don't really know what exercises I can do without, it hurts. Trust me, it hurts. So slowly but surely, you know, little by little, that's all that matters. I'm not going to be lifting, you know, my body weight in deadlifts right now. That's what I was doing before, but I won't do it right now. But I will get there. I'm determined to. I don't want to be in bed anymore. Like, I'm super fly and I'm super cool and I want to be out with the people. But I can't be out with the people very well when I'm super gimpy. They have a timing chain for, do they? Yeah, to be honest, I need to start learning about my Mini Cooper because I've given too much trust to these mechanics and they're stupid. I mean, they know more than I do, but they just be doing stupid shit and it frustrates me. Like my oil change, I got my oil changed and it's leaking oil now. And they're like, oh, well, no, it's not. And I'm like, what do you mean? I see it in my driveway, dude. So I'm like, maybe I just gotta learn my own oil. And I know how to do oil, but what intimidates me is because it's a European, you know? I'm like, is there something different? Like, what? Like, it looks like it's the same kind of oil change process. There is something different. You need a sucky suck hose. But Joe, hello. How you doing? They take advantage of people. The rental company or who? That's who comes to mind when you say that. But who are you thinking of? How's your day going? But yeah, my mood is so much better because I missed my doctor's appointment, but they refilled my prednisone, so I kind of am taking a dose that I want, which is 30 milligrams yesterday and today. We'll see how the doctor feels, if I can continue this or even move up for like a week. But joints feel good. Productivity is good. My piece is almost finished. I got to finish my dad's piece, and I hope to finish them in time before the month is up so I can get maybe a few commissions under my belt and have some extra monies and start paying off my debt. After rent and Spudgies figured out, that's what I want to focus. I have like $4,500 left in debt, and I know that's a considerable amount, but some people have worse. And that was, unfortunately for me, that most of that was accrued during when I was really sick. So what can you do? But I'm grateful it was there for me to use, because that was like food, bills, you know, things like that. So I was beyond grateful for that for me to use. Oh, yeah. Right. And last time, like, my whole engine cut power. So I've been debating, like, you know, I even said this to me. I was like, what if it didn't even need a throttle body? And when I went back in there, because I had to go back in, because it was throwing the same code, it wasn't as bad, but I couldn't do the skirt like real fast if I wanted to use the turbo, you know. So I go in there and they said like the turbo hose was, they showed me it was like undone. I'm like, why would that be undone? You know, so some part of me wonders if that was the problem to begin with, and they just charged me $1,000 for, you know, we got over here way back from picking up lunch food. Ooh, barbecue sounds so good. That sounds amazing. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying that. Sounds like you are. If you haven't already, hope you do. This week feels good, and the full moon was last night, and it was so beautiful. Is the full moon everywhere? Do you get a full moon last night too, Joe? Or is that also per region? Like, maybe you guys see it in a different way? Apple with smoked chicken thigh nachos, double OG style dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, yeah, dude, I saw it last night. It was so huge. It was so nice. I feel good energy with this moon. I really do. So I'm excited. Oh, hell yeah. That's cool as fuck. Hold on. I gotta fix the chat on the screen. I guess, I don't know why it's not showing up. Closing time. Can we see your moon? You can. Follow my link tree. Spicy stuff on Patreon. All Patreon subs go to Spudgy Surgery right now. The next two goals are Spudgy Surgery and rent. Those obviously are in this month, so. Big goals. Big goals. Okay, I gotta finish this bowl and we gotta hop on TikTok too. It feels nice because with my joints slowly getting better, although it doesn't happen overnight, Maybe that's just, you know, for those watching, like you guys have been watching this uphill fucking battle that I've been going on, right? And although I don't post everything to YouTube, you guys are still catching the glimpses of like the end of the worst, I feel like. And my like recovery is happening, the remission's coming up soon. So at least YouTube and stuff gets to see me while I'm like not at the best, but you know, so you can kind of see the journey. But meds dampen immune system or steroids? Both, yeah. Yeah, that's the rough part because I really think the underlying cause is mold. The first time I got sick, we were in like a really moldy, rat infested environment. And then this time that I gotten sick, it started off with mold. Me being in a mold environment. So I'm like, I think the underlying thing is mold or some sort of bacterial, fungal something, overgrowth or something, parasites. I don't know. Usually they're all coupled together, but yeah, unfortunately, the medicine that they give you just shuts down your immune system. And I've asked the doctor, and he's like, well, that's the risk you take. So for me, I'm trying to find like a mix of them that helps my symptoms, that takes care of the inflammation, but doesn't shut down my immune system so that it can do kind of some of the work to help my body heal itself. So, because I've been on these meds since I was 6, and like these meds are for adults, and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine my son at 6 years old on these, and that's still too young, you know? So I'm like, holy shit, like I wonder how resistant or what my body is, you know, give it some time to like take a break. So it's not the best, and that's where I'm trying to, because they want me on these like really severe ones, and this really severe one that I'm on, they're called biologics or DMARDs, and this one that they just started, I was really hopeful. It was actually doing some good stuff, but after being on it for too long, I think it just did too much, and then I got an allergic reaction, which was the exact opposite of what I wanted, and it just made my whole left side, all my joints swell. Like my knee was full of fluid. I woke up and just my knee was full of fluid, my ankle was full of fluid, everything on my left side, and that was just like a reaction of the medicine. So that's kind of been my case with most of these meds, except for the steroids. The steroids, they are the only thing that seem to work, but the doctors don't love giving that. But the thing is I've been on these steroids for like 2-3 years now, and the goal is to get off of them, but I haven't been able to get off of them because I'm on such a low dose that I don't think it really is doing anything. So I'm just like on this like skating by, you know, kind of dose. Whereas when I was younger, they used to hit me with like a 200 milligram infusion of steroid IV, and that would take care of it. And then they put me on a small dose for the week, and then boom, I'd be off the prednisone and happily running around doing gymnastics and dirt biking and being a normal active child. And I tell the doctors this now, and they're like, no, we don't want to do that. But yeah, I've been on this medicine forever. So why not just give me like a punch of it quick term so I can get the fuck off of it, you know? But he has it too, or who? My son? No. I hope not. He hasn't shown any signs of it. And it's very rare to hit men. It's more prominent in women. My mom had it. I have it. So I hope to God he doesn't. It started manifesting itself around 6. I don't know about my mom, but yeah. But I'm very conscious and cautious of what I eat because of it. I've always known sugar really fucks with my system. I had a surgery when I used to get surgeries all the time. I stopped because I don't think that's going to help me in the long run. I think it actually makes it worse now. But I had a surgery, and it's to get the fluid out of your joints that's all infected and replace it with like steroids and cortisol. And sometimes there's debris that needs to be broken up with like a little microscopic fucking whatever tool. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But it's like too thick to pull out with a syringe. So I used to get that done every 3 months with all my joints. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. So hold on. Hello, mate. Sorry, I gotta set up TikTok. It's corn. What even happened to that kid? My mouth is on fire. These White green chilies are too spicy for me. Ooh, chicken. Chicken time. Anywho, so right now, pretty much the balance is finding out what foods help me, what foods don't, and sticking to that. I've found what foods help me, but it's a very select few. Like I have a smoothie every other day at this point. I don't need it every day. Yogurt, avocado, coconut oil, stevia. I drink coffee, cream, stevia, no sweet and no sugar. And then these salads from Salad and Go, and then an In-N-Out burger protein style. Oh, and then chorizo and eggs once a week. Not too often, but just like once a week, maybe twice a week. So burger I can have like maybe twice a week. Salads I can have every other day. Smoothie every day, every other day. But I'm very limited to what I can have. Yeah. So fun. Have trans fats. I'm pretty aware of what they have. I've had this since I was 6, like I said. I started my holistic journey at 20, but I started learning that food impacted me at 18. So I've gone through many, many elimination diets. I've fasted many, many times. I've fasted 3 days straight, 1 day. I do tons of different types of elimination, even just down to doing chicken broth and then eliminating that. I've been vegan for a month, vegetarian for a month. I've tried it all. So I know what triggers me. I don't have a problem with cream, which is why I drink it. I have a problem with lactose. Cream does not have very much lactose in it as compared to milk, which is also why I can handle plain Greek yogurt, because that is also a low lactose food. So it's the sugar that feeds mold. It's not anything to do with trans fat meats. Actually, when you have parasitic and mold infections, it's encouraged to eat red meat because that's kind of like a binder and it helps get it out of your system. You poo-poo it out. So I don't really love when people come in and like give me the same kind of typical, because it is the same typical advice every time. It's eat turmeric, don't eat this, don't eat that. But people don't realize when you've had it for your whole life, you've tried everything. I eat extremely healthy, and people through my stream have watched me go through this process all year of just what foods trigger me, what foods don't. Okay, this whole week I'm going to eat nothing. I'm going to eat nothing, and then we're going to go into a liquid diet or something, So trust me when I say my diet's limited, it's because I know exactly what triggers me. And that's why I'm getting better, because I know what triggers me now. Things are more balanced, but it's not an overnight fix, unfortunately. And especially if it's mold related, there's a lot, I think, built up in my system that I have to get out. And I think most autoimmune infections stem from mold or bacterial fungal overgrowth. So while like trans fats and stuff like this would maybe affect some people with maybe, I don't know, other illnesses, I think for me, they're okay. So I've tried, this is the thing is, I have vegetarians who come in, or vegans who come in and try to tell me, hello Zorby, oh hello Joe, they're like, you need to be vegan, blah blah. Every time I've gone vegan, I've gotten more sick than when I wasn't. So already I know my body needs some sort of, animal fats. I drink plenty of cream, eat plenty of heavy whole milk yogurt. So those things I know for a fact don't bother me. I don't know why. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone, but for me, I just know that it's fine. Huggins, Chris Trotter. Hello, welcome in. Haven't seen you forever. Cream and, I don't know if he meant rum. Hello, TikTok. Welcome in. I hope you guys are having a good day. But yeah, it can sound a little aggressive. I know it probably does, but I mean, imagine being able to eat literally nothing. And then you just have random people who tell you exactly what they think you're doing wrong with your diet when you know for a fact what they're saying doesn't apply to you. And you might mean it from a good place, but it gets old from people who think it's pretty much you think I'm incompetent. You think I'm doing something wrong. You think this is my fault or something. And when you have a chronic illness, there is literally only so much you can do. Only so much you can do. Even when it comes down to diet, you know. And with diet, you have to be consistent. You have to eat it every day, and you can't sit there and falter. Like, I can have McDonald's maybe once every 2 weeks, and I can have maybe a hash brown like once a week in a good state. If I'm flaring, I can't even go near it. And same with sugar. Like, it's so strict for me. So people always come in thinking they know what's best, and I understand to an extent where it's coming from, but it's also coming from a place of people thinking that you aren't doing enough when sometimes there's nothing more you can. If the doctors can't even do anything, why should I have this ultimate knowledge of what to do, so my diet's already extremely limited, and I do everything I can, and I'm like the scooter isn't in here, so that's a good thing. I'm still hobbling around, but it's not an overnight process, just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not working. So I don't really need advice on how to do things. The people who've been here have seen me do this trial and error thing. I know not everybody has, but I'm just saying a lot of people won't say this to you guys, but I don't care. I'm never going to see you again. If you get offended by this, I don't care. Just learn not to comment on people's diets. It doesn't matter if they look healthy, unhealthy, if they are physically unhealthy, whatever. If they're open for advice, they'll let you know. They will. But when I say I'm open for advice, the amount of people that tell me to eat turmeric and ginger and that'll just solve my problems, and they don't even know what they're saying. So I appreciate, the sentiment in a sense to it, but at the same time, it gives a vibe of you're not doing enough. You should be doing this, this, and this. But if I did what you guys wanted me to do, and it didn't work, then it's still my fault. So it's best for you guys to know as adults just not to comment on people's diets. Even if you saw me eating a donut, let me eat a donut. I'm an adult. I'm aware if I eat a donut, it might hurt my joints, If someone's heavier than what you want yourself to be and you think they shouldn't be eating that, no one cares. If you think someone... Because here's the thing, I could eat super, super, super healthy and I'll still be in pain tomorrow. So sometimes I'm like, fuck it. Maybe I want a soda. Maybe I want McDonald's. Just because it's going to be painful tomorrow regardless, Which sucks. But sometimes people just want to live a little. And maybe what you're catching them doing is just living a little. Some people go out of moderation, But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think people know enough. It's not anything out of a mean place. I'm just straightforward. But I don't think adults know enough, which is so weird, not to comment on what people eat. It doesn't matter to you, really. It's not your body.
Only one thing. You forgot the pickles!
I don't know in the In-N-Out that I eat what trans fats there are. I don't know what kind of cream they're using. So as far as I know, if there are trans fats in anything I eat, it's not enough to bother my system. Just simple as that. Okay, that's so nice. Okay, sounds good, Kayla. Also, welcome in. Monster cheeseburger. I'm also interested in dietary advice, right? What do we do today? A lot. Busy day. Really busy. Lots of content. We've been running around. My car finally is so much better. So much better. So I got a car vlog in, and I went to go pick up meds for Spudgy. Spudgy got approved for her surgery, so we're raising money for that all this week. Spudgy surgery and rent are the next few things, so I'm just going to be pushing people, Patreon and all that stuff gets her done. If you want to check that out, link in my bio. I did, yes, we completed that. We're here. We're here. Thank God. You guys have no idea. I keep like, that's the first thing that I wake up. I'm like, oh, it's brought a whole new sense of gratitude. Beans, hello. Because I'm like, ugh. I'm actually excited to pay rent. Like, what? Ew. Because I'm like, fuck, at least I get to. Like, at least I get to stay here, you know? Because they could have just been sick of my shit. Death Comes Rippin'. What's up? Welcome back. In cream, it's natural trans fats. Yeah, but I eat a double. So when I go to In-N-Out, I get a double protein style. So it has that cheese on it. I don't know what kind of cheese they use. So I don't know if it has trans fats. And like I said, sometimes like maybe once, I'll get like a hash brown like a once or twice a week in the morning or something like that. But that's where it is. Like people want to say like, okay, eliminate everything. But I've done that. And I was in excruciating pain. So I'm a little miserable just eating fucking nothing but a smoothie that has avocado, coconut oil, and stevia and yogurt. That's all I was eating for literally like 3 months straight. And I got sick of it. Like, pardon moi. You know, like I don't think anyone, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have discipline like this to eat like this, but it takes a lot of discipline to just be able to freaking just sit there and eat nothing but this smoothie, nothing else, you know? And I was still in pain, and I could say honestly with what I'm eating, I'm in less pain. Like having a well-rounded diet, it seems. So that's where it's like, I don't know exactly what red meat plays part in, but that's always for me. Every time I eliminate that, I have worse problems. I don't know why. So like some people who are vegan or vegetarian, like I said, will come in and like push the veganism. And then I try to tell them like, I tried that and it doesn't work. Like I really need yogurt. I really need that good bacteria that's in it. It just helps my system. And I really need red meat at least once a week. And they just laugh at me and think that vegetables can fix everything, but they can't. Okay? I'm not saying you're saying that. That's a bit aggressive. I'm sorry, but you're new here. You'll get used to it. Can you burp on command? No. But it is a frustrating process, I'm not going to lie, because I want to be able to just go out and eat. Like, I wanted to go out and grab some ramen and a beer today, but I had a beer, like, a week and a half ago, and I don't want to, like, overload my system with yeast or any kind of stuff like that. So it's frustrating because there's things that I want to do, like, maybe once a week, you know, go get a beer and some ramen. But it's too much carbs for my system and too much carbs and sugar from the beer, so I can't. And it's frustrating, but in the end, I hope that when I'm in remission, I can enjoy those things a little more. And this progress will pay off because I do this for you. I made this for you. It's a hot Kool-Aid reference from that jellyfish guy. Do you guys know? Thank you for the likes. No, I do it for myself too, but I just know there's a lot of people who are chronically ill, and if they can see that, okay, you just have to stick to this healthy thing for a little bit, and it's not like just a little bit, but you can incorporate. Like, I was able to get a few donuts over the last week, and I wasn't, like, immediately crippled the next day. It used to be where I was immediately crippled the next day. Like, if I ate a donut or had a soda, like, it meant you are not walking tomorrow, you know? So now I can walk. It's just that if I did that every day, I'd be even worse. So, I mean, like, chickens are omnivores and require meat to actually... I forget what the statistic is, but I read something about how, like, most vegans end up returning back to meat eventually, so... Did salmon help you? I think so, but ever since the buttworm thing, I'm, like, terrified they're in the salmon. So, I've, like, completely quit fish. I shit you not. No pun intended. But, I'm like, I'm never eating sushi again. I don't know. So... Maybe when I'm older and I'll forget about that. But the dogs eat salmon, if anything, because I know it's good for their joints. I don't F with fish. Yeah, the more I learn about it, the more I don't like it. Evil! Yeah, I know the factory fishing stuff is a little weird to me. So the more I learn about this stuff, the less I want to eat. and I just want to buy from, you know, local farmers and stuff like that. We'll get there. I know it sucks because I really love tuna fish. And then I was eating it a little bit too much and I started feeling like nauseous a lot. So I think maybe I was getting sick from something in it. But that's my problem is I do love tuna. A good tuna sandwich, I'll fuck it up. I love it. I like it with Doritos on it. That's my weakness. Doritos on a tuna fish sandwich. So I had to like calm it down. But it's just like I can't eat tuna a lot. So when I do eat it, I just eat a lot of it because I love it. But I think I might be allergic to it or something because of the mercury. And I just assume they do like that factory fish stuff, whatever. I put Ruffles on my tuna sandwiches. Next time you gotta try Doritos. Oops. That's how my dad did it, and I've done it always like that since I was a kid. And I love it. I like your hat and how it makes your ears cuter. Just kind of pushes them out more. Oh no. Thanks. Whew. I almost finished all my salad. That was so good. Look at me, so healthy. Where did my lid go? The lid, Patrick. Anywho, can I just say thank you again, you guys? I had so much fun. I did a car vlog today, and I had so much fun driving around. I'm so freaking grateful to have my car back. I'm so happy it works so wonderfully now. So thank you guys, everyone who contributed to that so much. You have no idea, because that's a big part. Like, I had to go to the laundromat. The doctors had to get postponed because the car was in the shop. You know, I didn't even realize how much I relied on my car, but now I know. So thank you guys so much, because it just felt so nice to do a car vlog, and it was so nice today. It was so nice out. It felt like fall. Ooh. Tuna in the fridge turns into histamine risk. I've actually read a little bit about that kind of stuff, like the low histamine diet. I've been curious about it myself because I make my food right on the spot. So I think I didn't read too in depth with it, but it's something like you can correct me if I'm wrong. Something about like if you leave it over like leftovers, they occur more histamine in it, which your body obviously is reacted to or something like that. And especially like with the autoimmune, it causes like a kick in the immuno response, blah blah blah. Good to see you, Hope, all as well. Thank you, Otis. Good to see you. Fine, but you gotta try Ruffles next time. Okay, just the regular ones. Anybody else's dad call sandwiches sandwiches? No. Did you get yes? The turbo hose was unplugged. And they're like, I don't know why that happened. I'm like, I don't know. You guys were the ones who fucking worked on it. I want to say it was the oil people, but it wasn't. Because it was doing that before the oil. So, I know, right? So I was like, that's annoying. Fucking such a small oversight. Like, what? You know, but it's fixed. She goes skirt so well. So freaking well. You have no idea. So fast. Did you hear about fermented corn and what bong crack is? No. So deadly. Ooh. Let me look this up. What? We're doing well. How are you doing? And coconut? I'm scared to look this up. I hope this isn't some, like, inappropriate film. Yes, we made the car goal. We got the car fixed. Thank fudge. I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow. I missed my doctor's appointment. It's actually on Monday. I thought it was yesterday. I keep doing that, you guys. I came in here to talk about that today, ADHD. So I'm having this problem that I can't seem to figure out. I keep getting my appointments mixed up. Like, I'll write it down, I'll get texts, everything, and I keep missing my appointments. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Because, like, I was so looking forward to luckily, they were able to get me in tomorrow. But I don't even know if anybody else has that issue. I feel like somebody probably does in here. Maybe, I don't know. But goddamn, what am I looking up? I don't know how to mitigate that right now. It's rather frustrating to deal with, because then the doctors get annoyed with me and stuff like that. The vet. I feel so bad. Until you go. I don't want to be yelled at. Bunker acids, respiratory toxin producer for a night. Oh wow. And it's not destroyed by cooking. Uh-oh. Including white noodles. So does that mean no more ramen? Mandela effect hitting your schedule. I know, there's like a meme where it's like an old man and he's like, like with a cup of coffee, he's like, let me check when my doctor's appointment was. And he's like, yesterday. That's literally me. And it's so frustrating. Because it's like I hyper focus, but also like the focus is too spread out. So like how I mean that is like, I'll prepare. Like I'll prepare hours in advance, even the night before, get all my stuff laid out, everything. And then when I leave, like to Spudgy's appointment to get her blood work, everything's laid out, everything's ready. But my wallet was on my nightstand, which it usually never is. It's in my purse by the door. And this time it wasn't. Okay, everything's laid out though. It's all ready, and I think I'm all ready. So we're on our way to the appointment. I go to get gas. I don't have my card. I don't have enough gas to get there and back. So I have to go back home. I have to get my wallet. I have to get gas. I have to be 45 minutes late. And it's just stupid shit like that keeps happening. And I don't know how to make it stop. Make it stop! Thank you. Bone X Gaming 69. Thank you. There's no antidote for bronchitic acid poisoning. Garrett, hello. Welcome in. The best way to prevent this poison of fermented foods. Well, fermented foods often. Okay, wait. So, can we eat? Oh, wet rice noodles. Okay. So, ramen's okay. The missus has that problem. It's the pain meds and the anxiety with pain fog. Is that what that is? That would make sense too. That is, yeah. I feel like that could be, to be honest. Because when I think of it, if my joints are a little better, it's like a little bit of a relief because my brain doesn't feel all like overwhelmed. And I do forget about that when I get a little better. Because I still am not better. I'm very gimpy. It hurts a lot to walk around and stuff. So, thank you, David. Why'd you have to say it like that? Because this is funny. But yeah. Hopefully by... I don't know. I was considering getting some more CBD stuff, but I want to focus on Spudgy's... Oh, I can't say that on here. I got to focus on Spudgy's goal. So, we are raising money for Spudgy's surgery and rent this month. The rest of it, not raising money, but, you know, we're going to do the trifecta. Streaming, pushing subs, pushing sales, and I'll be doing sales throughout the days and stuff like that. So, we're going to do all of it and just block the haters. So, if you want to donate to Spudgy's surgery, it's about $20.84. So, I did $2,100 because she's going to get antibiotics too. So, it's probably going to be a little bit more than $2,100, but that's okay. So we've got $70 earned from TikTok. So if you sent gifts on TikTok last week, thank you. I love you. Thanks for helping get Spudgy's surgery. Her lumpectomy is what it's called. Hi, I died. Hello. Is just your socials. He's like, please. Bonex Gaming 69 is my father. Call me Bonex Gaming. Anyway. Who's ready for Christmas? I'm just kidding. It hasn't even been Halloween. You guys, my biggest goal, I really want to decorate for Halloween. And I want an inflatable outside. So, I'm excited. I never had an inflatable. I feel like I'm gonna be one of the it people. Ooh. During 1930, the government threw it. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. That's crazy. That's good to know. Interesting. I know, it was. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Better. Hope things are looking up for you too. I hope whenever things start going well for me, it's the same for y'all. Because we're connected somehow. You're here for a reason, right? Thank you for the likes. I want a giant inflatable. I don't know what this means. I'm scared. Is this an innuendo? My pure mind. Anyway. Oh, you guys switched beds. That scared me for a second. We're chilling on Twitch if you guys want to come. Is your hat? Yes, it is, Mandy. We're here. It's kind of dark. I don't have my lights on, but we are here. Yes, thank God. I know. I'm so grateful. Beyond grateful. Everyone who helped with that, I can't say thank you enough. I cannot say thank you enough. Ugh. Because literally just taking a shower, I'm like, oh my God. A shower I can shower in. Like, I actually have my own shower, you know? Like I've always been grateful for my home, but it's just like a whole different level of gratitude, to be honest. So, howdy, Bubbas! Congratulations! Coffin, hello. Welcoming a new little bean to the world. And can tell the story when people talk about Tofi. Ooh, oh, but it's not a restaurant. Okay, I got you. Interesting. Right? I know. It just made me really appreciate everything. And I really do think gratitude is the base to manifesting. And I've been saying that for the longest time. Just be like, people always ask me, they're always like, you know, how do you do what you do on social media? I really don't. All I know is I just stay fucking grateful because I could be homeless without it, literally. And so, like, for me, people don't realize, like, for me, I don't have a choice. It's either disability or this. Other people have a choice. They can go to work and stuff. But for me, it's this or homeless. So it brings a whole level of gratitude for me. But just experiencing that, it brought a whole new level of gratitude. And I'm just grateful, like, wake up in my bed. I was going to say feeling like P. Diddy, but after the recent news, nope. But I just feel good waking up in my bed like, oh my God, thank God, you know, another day, thank God. And then, Babas, thank you. All of these gifts go towards rent. They'll get deposited into my PayPal next Wednesday. So all the gifts that you guys have been sending are put towards Spudgy's surgery fund. She got approved for her surgery, so we're going to do her surgery Monday. It's about $2,100. So we're going to spend the week earning for it. Pushing sales, pushing subs, doing the trifecta, as I will now call it, because it just sounds better. What's up, nerd? Hello, Shade Slayer. It's nice to feel support. It really is. I'm beyond grateful for the community. I've never had a community this strong in my life support my ambitions and goals. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel unstoppable. That's where it's like, okay, now I feel like I can just move forward with what I've been wanting to do forever, and like, I can do it, you know? Sounds good, Zorby. Have a good night. I'll be on tomorrow morning for a little bit, and then tomorrow I'll be on YouTube and TikTok, so hopefully I'll see you guys later tomorrow if you do end up popping off. But sleep well. Have a good Wednesday. Yeah, I think this is like a new season. Health is getting better. Things are getting better. Finances and everything are kind of like in the works of being more stable, right? And I've got some flow of things coming in, some ideas. I'm excited. And with my health getting better, my list of things getting done is like finally shortening. I'm about to finish my art project that I've been working on with the teddy bears, my dad's art project. So those will be done before the month is up, before this week is up. I've been doing a shit ton of videos the last few days. I wanted to be doing it on Monday, like getting out all the content, but I didn't make it in time because the car, freaking laundry, everything. So, but nonetheless, we're starting to post videos today, and then we're just going to oversaturate the rest of September and October. So just expect to see my face a lot. If you don't like me, then I suggest blocking me because I'm going to be on your page a lot. But yeah, So I'm excited because with my joints feeling better, we've got food videos, we've got me exploring places. Hopefully I can decorate for Halloween. That'll be video content for shopping for it and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. So I have lots of, well, I've been talking about a lot of these things, but because of my health being so like this, it's been hard to just do it, right? So now my health is better and things are in a better position with the rental company, obviously, and everything's just situated. Car is better, so now I can get back on my grind. My health is doing good, so the grind is a little bit easier now, not as like, as awful. I hope when my joints get better, that fogginess goes away, truth be told. Why didn't US win gold in shoot? I don't know. I didn't have my doctor's appointment. Hi, BBDJ. I missed it. So it's tomorrow. That's a big problem I have recently. So, but I missed it accidentally. I wrote down on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. I wrote down on Tuesday. It was Tuesday, but it was actually on Monday. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I rescheduled for tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'm going to wake up hella early. I've been waking up at 4 a.m., you guys. 4 a.m. is when I wake up. I meditate, let the dogs out, take a shower, do my face, do my hair, feed the dogs, go do a little vlog, and get some coffee. And tomorrow, I got my doctor's appointment at 10:15, so it's going to be an early morning. So I'll probably hop on TikTok for like an hour. But I'm going to go get coffee. I got to go to the Asian store because we're going to make mochi bites here in like a week. I got to get an ice cream maker. I don't have one, so I got to save up for that. So, but I can go, the Asian store is down by where my doctor is. So I'm going to go to the Asian store, get some preserved plums and some rice flour and cornstarch for my mochi bites. And, I gotta go find some poster boards for a project and go drop off some UPS stuff, and then we'll be back on YouTube and TikTok tomorrow. I think like 3:30. So the goal is to about 3:30 every day to start streaming on YouTube, and then if Monday, Wednesday, Friday is to switch over to Twitch around 5-6:30. So we're slowly getting into that rhythm, and it feels nice. It just needs my joints to feel good so I could be that productive every day, be filming content, have the energy to edit the videos, etc., etc. I get my mochi ice cream from Trader Joe's. Nice. I get mine from Sprouts. I think it's called Bubby's. I like theirs a lot. Addictive. I did, Mr. Aaron. I miss you. How are you doing? Welcome in. I love the Indian grocery stores because I always have the best dried herbs and sauces. Yes, I love all of the ethnic places. I want to explore them. I just get nervous because I don't speak the same language and I don't know what everything is. I've never been to an Indian market, but I believe it. I believe it smells amazing. I would love to visit one though and just see. I used to, in high school, like me and my friends would bop around to places and go visit like the Russian market, the Arabic food market, and stuff like that. So obviously the Spanish kind of Syria, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, you know that little market. So, but I haven't visited any around here, which I want to, and I haven't visited any Indian markets at all. Little Tokyo downtown, nice. Fluffy Brute, thank you for the gift. Thank you guys so much. All these gifts go towards rent. So obviously there's quite a few days till the 1st. So we got plenty of time. Unfortunately not in time for Spudgy surgery, but I'm very grateful for everyone who gifted because we've already got some of the goal, $70 of it knocked out because of you guys sending gifts. So $70. That's crazy. Through TikTok gifts, that's awesome. You need a chair, babe? For what? Oh. Anywho. Look at my ceiling real quick. Wow. Anywho, I'm so excited, though. I just want my joints to feel so good. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm going to beg the doctor. I'm going to be like, please, 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 please. For real, give me the fucking medicine. I I hate how they make me feel like a crackhead for asking for more prednisone. I shit you not. It's so annoying. It makes me feel like I'm asking for like oxycodone or something. So loud. Meow, 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 meow. Jesus. They look at all of it, listen, takes pain away. That is weird. I didn't know that. Do people abuse prednisone? Am I abusing prednisone? Like, when I take more than the doctor tells me because that's what helps my pain, is that considered... Hold on, guys. Sorry. We're doing a breathing break. We are also over here on Twitch. Sorry, my phone froze. We're on Twitch if you guys want. Come hang out. Link in my bio. We're partaking over here on Twitch. TikTok is really sensitive about it. Really sensitive. But, yeah. I don't know what's qualified as, like, abuse. I don't, like, go to ER or anything to get prednisone. You know, and I still would rather converse with my doctor and stuff. But I know there's levels of abuse. But I don't know if what I qualify as... Like, I don't know if, like, I'm overusing it and stuff. But... Fucks, I know that. They don't have it like you have it. So big doses say... What the hell? So I wonder why they make me do this. Because that... I feel like that almost would make sense with... Well, not blood sugar wise, but I know it fucks with my hormones. First off, like when I take more of it, my armpits smell terrible. Not terrible, but it smells like a burger. Reminds me of when I was pregnant. So I know that's when my hormones are off because, you know, that's just what happens. But I wonder if it's, you know, I know it messes with the cortisol internally and stuff, estrogen and everything. So I wonder if it fucks with my blood sugar, and that's why maybe mix cortisol with the blood sugar fuck you with. It just, you know, makes me really tired and whatever, the fatigue. So that's where I really do wonder if just like the high doses for like your wife has would be better. But I want to see what this doctor says. I already feel better. I've been doing 30 yesterday and 30 today, so I feel good. Things have been good. To be honest, I did 20 for 2 days. No, 20 for 3 days. 10 in the morning, 10 at night. And then when I got the new dose, new meds, new prescription or whatever, I started doing 30. So 15 in the morning, 15 at night. For the last, yesterday and today. I'm going to do it tomorrow and see what he says and see how I feel. I'm honest about it. I don't lie to him. I'm not like, yeah, I'm only taking 10. No, I'm like, yeah, dude, my fucking joints hurt. I can barely move. I live alone. What am I supposed to do? That's what I don't get. Like, I live alone. I don't have people taking care of me. So, like, am I just supposed to succumb to my bed? Because that's not an option for me. I still have to even show up here on social media, you know? And I would rather not be in my bed because of how fucking mean people are. Like, it's really awful when I'm, like, mentally at my wits and people are just, you know, always shitting all over you and calling you the meanest names for something you can't even control. And they're just so god-awful about it. Like, this is really the last thing I want to deal with. So I really try to do the best I can, like, with my health so that I mentally can show up properly, you know? Can you turn up your mic? That's as much as it can go. Oh, hell yeah, Baba's hello. Welcome in over here. She doesn't need that, and she cuts down on the flour. Yeah, I was literally actually just thinking today, I was like, maybe I should get some RSO again. I need to focus on Spudgy's surgery, but maybe when Spudgy has her surgery, I'll celebrate the fact... I like to reward myself, like, when we hit these goals. Like, when I got my oil done after my car, I got a beer. That was, like, my reward. Actually got a couple. They were so good. If you ever come to Arizona, I recommend Papago Brewery. I don't know what it is about their beer, but it doesn't make me as reactive. I don't feel like shit the next day, like joint-wise. So if I had to choose like a pre-bottled beer, it'd be Voodoo Ranger or Guinness. Blue Moon fucks with me pretty bad, but yeah, Papago Brewery is really good. So Morning Goodness and Leo Bachelor Sleep When Joker ad. Hello, Grimbo! BBDJ, hello over here. TikTok stream super laggy right now, so I came here. Okay, gotcha. Oh, hi, I died. Yay. I'm glad to see you over here. What happened with your car when you took it back? Oh, so the turbo hose was disconnected. I'm like, why would that be? I don't know. It's fixed. We did a car vlog today. I did 2, so I'll be uploading another one when I fall asleep. But yes, lots of car vlogs. I like driving in the morning, so it helps me kind of get the ideas started flowing for the day. So I really want to do car vlogs every day, but when it's hot out and shit, I didn't want to do it when my joints are bad. I didn't want to do it, right? So I'm trying to do a vlog every day, car vlog or some sort of vlog for YouTube. And so the car is fixed. I did one, and it's fast, skirty skirt, goes well. I love it. I'm so happy. And if you contributed that, thank you so much. Even if you were just in the stream. I know all of you guys were literally in the streams. So, thank you. I can't say it enough. I wouldn't have been able to get my laundry done. I had so much fucking laundry. I got all my laundry done. Was able to pick up my groceries. I bought a couple weeks of groceries. Luckily, lately I've been able to buy like 2 weeks of groceries at this point instead of 1 week at a time because I was really fucking scraping by. So now things are getting a little better, and I'm really just hoping to do as much content as I can for these next 2 weeks, especially if I am on high doses of prednisone. I want to take advantage of that and just eat really healthy and just make do with the joint mobility that I have. You know, I pray that that will lead me to remission, but just in case, I'd rather take advantage of the prednisone while it's in my system. Fluffy brew. Guinness? What do people put in Guinness? I just like that dark one. It's one of my favorite winter beers. Like when it's really cold and you just want like a good hot beef stew and like a really dark stout Guinness. I love it. Ugh, it's so good. But I like that coffee kind of bold, bitter, rich flavor. So it reminds me of like a good kind of like dinner coffee in a way. And I like that it's not too carbonated. And a lot of feed here also freezes. You have very low audio. I think the audio might be you, because my audio is all the way up. No one else has mentioned audio. Is the audio for anyone else? Because the mic's turned all the way up, and it's all the way up on the system, so it might be you. Guinness is good. Oh. Toot. They put Bailey's on the Guinness. Oh, really? I didn't know that was a thing. Why is my chat not showing up on my screen? Yeah, it's on my iPhone, but it sounds louder when you talk into the microphone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not super loud. Goes the texture feels like spoiled milk. Ew. Okay. Yeah, you might want to turn it up a little bit, but I'll put the mic a little closer. Anywho, I'm stoked, you guys. I'm so stoked for this week. I'm excited. I hope this medicine does me good. I started back on my new medicine again. That new one that gave me that reaction. I'm hoping just like some time off of it, and maybe with the smoothie having that black mold in the bottom part and along with the eggs and stuff, like maybe that was just too much. And so I think hopefully like restarting the new meds, because I was having a good reaction to those. Like I'm not against taking meds. It's been a lifetime struggle of finding any medicine that works. So it's like, okay, I have to do holistic shit on top of medicine stuff. So, but as I was saying, I was thinking maybe getting some RSO. So maybe when Spudgy surgery is happening, I'll pop by a dispo and get maybe a couple months worth of RSO. Or maybe, yeah, and just maybe a month worth and just really go heavy on the RSO. I would love to do like a gram a day. But when I start taking it at first again, it knocks me on my ass. I get so fucking tired, dude. That's why I don't do edibles. When Sanitary Riverwalk was expensive, both their drinks. Oh, shit. AG worth, damn. Yeah. It's because my pain is pretty significant, but it's kind of like how I would use steroids. Like I would just take a lot to knock out the pain and inflammation instead of, taking a couple milligrams of prednisone or a couple milligrams of ibuprofen, right? And then you still have like a slight headache. I would rather just take a shit ton of it and knock the whole headache out. And then from there, mitigate what causes the headache and to prevent it from happening instead of dealing with like a slight headache every day because you're taking like a small amount. So that's kind of how I do it with, that's how the doctor has done it with prednisone. These doctors don't do it now, but the old one that when I was in remission, that's how he did it. Is he just gave me a huge sum and knocked out the inflammation, and then from there I was on a small dose for a little bit, and then I was able to get off of it. So that's what I'm kind of using RSO, like a huge dose to just kind of knock it all out at once. So maybe like for a weekend, I'll just take the weekend off. Maybe I'll stream, but you guys will just see me sleep the whole time, which is fine. But I actually saw a guy. I didn't watch the video because I know what a sleep stream is. But I saw a guy. He rolled on my feed, and his title was Sleep Stream, and it was on YouTube. Okay, sorry about that. OBS just disconnected real quick. Sorry about that. Do you have mental health diagnoses like bipolar or schizophrenia or depression? I have all three, so I'm just wondering. So I have ADHD and autism diagnoses. However, I like self-diagnose as with anxiety and depression. But I have to say this with it. The doctors have acknowledged, so it's not just like me self-diagnosing. They have acknowledged and try to put me on medicine for this stuff. But what I acknowledge is that the depression and anxiety are tied to A, what I eat, B, also how bad my chronic pain is. So I have more anxiety and depression when the pain is worse because I feel helpless and hopeless. And those are feelings of depression. So really I know what they're tied to. So you can take that however you want. But I would say like, a lot of people probably suffer from depression and anxiety just, byproduct wise of any mental illness just because the world isn't made for us, and those feelings of helplessness happen and hopelessness happen because we don't have support systems the way normal people have their support systems. So I'm so sorry, you guys. It keeps disconnecting. I'm sorry about that. So your situation, but you definitely have reasons for this. I mainly asked because I know we got along. I recently put on lithium. It helped me beyond belief. I'm a little weary of lithium. My brother was diagnosed with all these things as a kid when they didn't know what he had, and they put him on lithium. And he was really zoned out a lot, and he did not like it. So I'm always like scared of that stuff. I've tried a few things, and it just never felt right for me. I would rather mitigate the root issue. So I don't struggle with depression as much, especially now that my joints are getting better, right? The anxiety, I've learned healthy ways to cope. And once my joints get better, I'll have healthier ways to cope. They put me on Ritalin. Yep, my brother was on that too. But I've got used to it. I guess that makes sense for me. I like the racing thoughts. I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of what drives my productivity and my creativity is those racing thoughts. And that's where I've learned how to manage them better. And like the motorcycle especially helps with those racing thoughts. I shit you not. So once I can ride, I feel like things will be better. But that's where I like driving around because I feel like when you have those racing thoughts, you need to just get out. You need to it's energy, you need to go with that energy. And I feel like that's just maybe creativity or something just bundled up waiting to get unraveled. So I try to really mitigate that in a creative way that will go towards, art creation, content creation, physical aesthetic creation, decor, whatever, That's just how I see it because I've learned it's anxiety. Like it's a high energy. It really is. It can be in a bad way. You can let it consume you, or you can learn how to manipulate that and put it towards good things. It doesn't mean it's going to disappear, but it's just that you've learned to utilize that bad energy, for what you want. I like lithium. Drain me after years, man. Just give me a Rex taste a place I have a mixture. The mushies and tree. I feel that, Joe. Yeah, I haven't been on any of it. I tried a little bit of it, like for the tiniest, like a day, maybe two. Most of the time, it wouldn't last longer than that because it just would start making shit feel weird for me. And it's not that I have a chemical disruption, so to speak. It's just that with the pain, it's driving those chemical reactions in a different way. So those meds don't really hit me the same way. Yeah, those. Have you ever tried bee pollen? I have not, but I actually want to try taking it. I've learned it can help balance your hormones. So I've been wanting to add it to my smoothies. The place that I want to get it from is closed until October 3rd. They're a seasonal place. So they're one of my favorite places to go. It's just like a little fruit barn. Yeah, those thoughts, I've acknowledged them, but move the energy around to something else. Yeah, you get it, Bubbas. I have racing thoughts even though I was lifting 50-pound boxes a day drove me insane. Sometimes it's not about the physicalness, though. I think a lot of people really forget that, There's a lot of things, and that's where, like, motorcycle riding for me is it. Like, I could work out, which when I'm healthy, like, working out helps. Dancing helps, but nothing beats motorcycle riding or going for a drive. It's just something about that energy and, like, before for me it was longboarding. So sometimes, like, maybe just that lifting isn't it for you, maybe you got to find the it activity that redirects that energy. And for me, it's more of the wheels, driving, riding, longboarding, anything like that. That's the it for me. I think the second close one would be dancing, weightlifting, working out. And third would be just, I don't know, maybe going out, getting food, making food, something with food. And Seroquel. I've heard of good things with Seroquel. Same kind of lithium they put in batteries. I think so. I think actually you're supposed to eat those batteries. Take a drive and listen. Yeah, exactly. That's why I started doing car vlogs on YouTube, because that's one thing I love to do is just drive around, listen to music. Sometimes I want to chat, sometimes I don't. But anyone who watches it, I'm grateful for it. But I just post it because I love doing those, and it helps me think and get the energy out. Sometimes I'll film it like I'm going to be posting it, and then I don't end up posting it, but it's fine because I was able to talk a lot and get ideas out and stuff like that, which is very, like, therapeutic for me. So, yeah, I just think there's a lot of ways you could find that would mitigate those issues, but use them for good things, because it's energy. And it's like, imagine it as like a light ball, like it's huge light ball. Of course it can hurt you, but of course it can be used for good things too. So if you learn how to transmute, is what they call it, alchemize, whatever the hell you want to say. Once you learn how to shift that perspective on using that energy, I feel like it does a lot better. But I don't want to say that in a way where people don't take meds when they need them. So use that at your discernment. It didn't take me overnight to work through my issues either. So it's more of accepting that these feelings are temporary, Simple as that. They're not forever. Just flow with them as they come in and recognize them, acknowledge them, cry it out, dance it out, sing it out, whatever you feel called to do. And then start looking on the bright side. The storm is clearing, the sun is coming through the clouds, the rainbow's coming, the flowers bloom after the storm. So kind of how I've worked my mind, and it's been just a healthier thought process of mitigating those things. And truthfully, that's a big part of how I manifest stuff too. Is just, as you guys saw, like when I was going through that rental thing, like before you let the bad thoughts consume, because you are entertaining fake thoughts either way. You're entertaining fake worst case scenario or fake best case scenario. So here's the best example I could give in this is that water, like, holds memory, right? They've done experiments with this where they have like an image or something. They project a movie into water, and the water crystallizes in a way where it imitates that image. It reflects it. And as you guys know, we're like, what, 75% water at least, or some shit. And so if you think about that, when you think about what your thoughts are, that's going to reflect in your body, right? So it's not going to be overnight that you're going to be like, yeah, I feel wealthy, because it wasn't overnight for me. I just had to tell myself that. I literally just had to tell myself that. And Zan, hello, how are you? And a big part of it is accepting the feelings that you feel, you know, it's not about the toxic positivity and ignoring the realistic of it. Like, yes, you could be homeless. Yes, this could happen. Yes, this could happen. But we're not going to focus on that, because I know I don't deserve that. And we're going to focus on this goal here, you know? And I feel like it just somehow, you know, you guys know I say the universe is like a mirror. I don't know the exact way it works, but somehow what goes on here starts reflecting in the external world. And that's literally, for me, the biggest thing is is like just talking myself through those emotions and letting myself feel it. It's okay if you're feeling frustrated, sad, if you're like, you know, I was voicing, like, that's why I was being transparent. Some people were getting a little annoyed at me because they're like, oh, stop it, blah blah, but I'm just being transparent, you know. I'm telling you guys right now, like, I have those feelings of like wanting to not be here anymore. But that's a big part of why I started my channel, because I remember calling that hotline and I just wanted to talk to someone. That's all. Nobody was there to talk. They just wanted to refer me to places that weren't open until the morning. So I was like, I want to talk about this, but I want to be able to talk about this in rooms where, like, I don't feel scared that I'm going to go into a loony bin. And so I wanted to open up a circle for people to be able to talk about stuff like that without me threatening to call the psycho police on you. You know, because
I
to be
don't
honest,
need
in
it.
the world that we're in, I feel like those
I
feelings
don't
are, like,
need it.
super
I don't need it.
and
I don't
the more
need
we
it.
deny that it's not normal is even
I
more,
need
you know,
it.
regressive for our mental health. So I think it's important to have a space that we can talk about those things, and that's where I'm fine with admitting, like, sometimes, like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, or I feel like I'm failing at this, you know. And I think that's part of the process, you know, and I'm okay with that, because I know whatever I'm doing is part of the process. Like, there's no script of, like, what's the process, you know? Whatever you're doing is part of the process. Whatever you're feeling, whatever the journey is telling you to do is part of your process. And you can't let people dictate your process. Most people don't even know what the fuck they want, okay? How the hell are they going to know what you want, okay? So I feel like that was, you know, my way of at least showing you guys, like, okay, these thoughts happen. That's okay. Don't be against them, because it creates a form of resistance. So don't sit there and be like, oh, I can't think these bad thoughts. The bad thoughts are going to happen. Just the more you just acknowledge them quicker and let them flow through, they get out of your system. It's like crying. You know, the sooner you just learn how to cry faster and just get it out of your system, boom, you know, done. So that's where, like, okay, like, I would sit there, just close my eyes, like, and I would just voice everything that I feel concerned about. And then I would just turn right around and be like, yeah, but it's not going to happen. I know for a fact, like, I deserve to be here. I know I was put in this house for a reason. People can call me loony, but I really do think there's, like, a spiritual significance for me, because I don't even know how I got in this house. I literally just woke up approved for this house by the company I was with. So it's like, I really feel like I was called to this home, and, like, all these things. So these things have been things I believed the whole time, right? And so, and I've really walked through this with pure intention. I'm not trying to, like, screw the rental company over or anything like that. And I've stated that multiple times to them and everyone. Like, I'm not trying to pay my rent. It's just that I'm not trying to pay this $400 fee that I already paid, you know, but whatever. Void, hello. Thank you for the follows. I've been in hospital 4 times for simply informing officer. That makes me so sad, dude. It reminds me of when my dad was going through it, and he called the cops because he really needed help, and they showed up at his door with, like, guns drawn, like 6 officers, and he was going through, like, a PTSD war crisis. So I feel like guns are the last thing anybody wants to see, let alone a veteran, you know. So I get that, and that's, like, a big thing where I think, like, social workers should be on police forces for sure, but I think preventative steps of that are giving people safe spaces to talk about these feelings, because let's be for real, this fucking capitalistic worldscape is a nightmare. It's hell, especially if you're at the bottom of it, you know. So, and that's where like I've been at the bottom, and I want to teach people how to manifest and use what they have to manifest, because I was so sick of seeing these influencers being like, yeah, just think positive. If we did that, then everybody would have whatever the fuck they wanted. It doesn't work like that, obviously. There's something to this. I believe there is. Because before that, I was practicing witchcraft. So I still practice witchcraft. It's just very different now. I don't feel the need to do rituals all the time and stuff. I just manifest by simply visualizing. Bada bing, bada boom. But, can you, which hand? Well, yes, you can see both hand tattoos. But I started, you know, when I was going through my very first eviction in my apartment when I was pregnant, I just really sat with that feeling and wanted to know, like, okay, what am I feeling? Like, why am I going through this? Blah, blah, blah. So I think it's really about, you know, figuring out your limiting beliefs and why you are going through what you're going through. How did you get yourself there? You know, and you can blame everybody you want, but that's not going to fix your future. You're relying too much on other people at that point. The responsibility is in your hands. You're putting that responsibility in other people's hands, and that's not who's going to fix your life. They don't even, like I said, they don't even know what the hell they want. How do you expect people to fix your life? You don't even know what you probably want. Not all of you, but, you know, for the most part, a lot of us don't know exactly what we want, and we expect people to come in and just know what we want and fix our lives for us, and that's so unrealistic. It really is. So in a boomer way, pull up your bootstraps kind of thing. But you don't gotta work crazy excessively hard to the point where you're dying. The hard work is internal. That's what I literally sat to prove, is that, okay, I physically cannot get my ass up and work. Like, physically could not move at that point. And I was like, what can I do? So I did the internal work, and the internal work is 10 times harder than any kind of labor you will do. I promise you that. That's why people don't do it. So they'd rather, instead of going through the beliefs and really rewiring their subconscious and going through the lessons that requires your subconscious to be rewired, people don't want to go through that, because it requires a lot of risk, and it requires a lot of what feels like instability. But that's the process of learning how to trust, like, the external source. Is it's not really instability, it's just that you're trying to control it all, and that's where it feels unstable. But, you know, the universe has better plans, so you kind of just got to relinquish control, but know that you believe and deserve the best, you know, and that the best will always find you. And you just got to tell yourself that, because a lot of people are so busy telling themselves, like, oh, the worst shit happens to me, that is so, like, in their subconscious. They believe it, you know. So you really got to stop just all negative talk. That's why I say you got to be your hype man, okay? Because not everybody's going to come in and be like, yeah, go you, proud of you, blah, blah, even when you slept a day away, you know. I try to be that person for y'all, so it's like the internal thoughts are at least there. The seed is there, right? But this is shit that I say to myself, and I shit you guys not. Because like, what can I do? I'm so sick, and people are so mean to me, as you've seen. And, like, when I'm completely bedridden and can't even get to the bathroom, and they want to just be so mean to me, you know, all I think is this is a form of freedom. 100%. In many cities, mental health workers do show up, but it's not. Oh, makes me sad. Sit there and confront the situation. Absolutely, 100%. And then when you try to run from it, like, especially at the end of the day, you are alone in here. Like, you can try to distract yourself as much as you want, but the thoughts are still with you alone inside your head. And I don't know what quote it is, but it's like, make sure it's a safe space in here too, you know. And I've worked really hard to make my space in here really safe for myself and combat these trolls and haters. And especially when I couldn't physically work, like, what could I do, you know? So I did the best with what I could, and it was really down to just manifesting. And that's where, like, it sounds counterproductive. A lot of people will find that when they are broke and stuff like that, that they need to work harder physically. That's the exact opposite that you need to do. The universe, I shit you not, rewards rest, okay? When you tell yourself, I deserve this rest, and this rest is productive for my body, especially if you have a chronic illness, it will be rewarded to you. That rest isn't going to be a regretful thing. When I first started this process, I would sleep, and then I'd be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have, you know, whatever, stayed up and streamed and made all that money. And then I found out slowly that me prioritizing rest and making sure my health was good made my energy that much better when I came to the stream, and it helped me reach my goal much faster. So now I've learned the more that I rest when I feel sick, especially, the more I rest, the better the energy is, the better my content is, the better everything is, right? And that's where I really preach, especially if you're a people pleaser. The bottom line to you getting what you want is just gonna stop being such a yes man. It's gonna suck. I still feel shitty most of the time. You just gotta tell yourself it's okay. You know, you're doing it for the best of you, and maybe you should be selfish for a year or two. That's okay, especially if you've given your whole life to people. To me, I'm just realizing, like, this year, I'm like, okay, I gotta really be selfish because I still haven't been fully selfish, which is fine. I don't mind it, but I really want to meet these goals, and I want to meet these goals not just for my sake, but so the people in my circle can be rewarded for just helping me, you know? So that's where the negative feelings, just let them feel them. That's where, like, when Shuko was here, she was, if you know the backstory, this guy donated a shit ton of money, and she was really jealous acting, but she was like, yeah, I'm never jealous of anyone, blah blah, but she ended up spending all the money. And we discussed previously, like, how things were gonna work, so that's where it was like, okay, that's fucked up. Anyway, I could tell when she said that she was jealous. You could just hear it in the tone and the way her body language disconnected from her speech, that she felt uncomfortable herself saying it because she knew it wasn't true. And in my opinion, I don't think it's right to just deny yourself of these feelings. It's the human fucking experience to be able to feel jealousy. It's okay. There's healthy ways and non-healthy ways to deal with it. The more you learn to deal with it in healthy ways, the less you feel this jealousy, because it's no longer, you're identifying why you become jealous. It's no longer that. It's like, oh, okay, well, I see it's because the people around me make me feel less, and I'm comparing myself, you know, whatever it might be. Because I remember being jealous, and it was just that. For me, it was, I was dating the terrible dudes, and they always made me feel like I wasn't good enough because they're always staring at other women and doing things that were just way against my boundaries, and it made me feel like I didn't look good enough, whatever. So then I would get jealous of other women, and that, learning that that was the root of that, helped me fix my problem. That's not always the root to everybody's problem, but that's for them to figure out, you know. But to deny yourself that feeling, you're going to deny yourself the progress that comes with uncovering any of that. And none of that is shameful. I wish people would get out of this habit. And that's, once again, the circle that I try to open up is no shame, even when it's, you want to jump off a cliff. Okay, we do feel that. Okay, no shame to it. All right. So I don't think people can grow from being shamed. And the more we talk about these feelings that come with these things that happen in life, the more you can learn to identify why and what, and mitigate it in a healthier way to where literally those feelings don't even happen, you know? So I feel like, oh, it's so funny. Right when I reached towards Twitch or TikTok, it froze. I feel like personally, like, I just want to get those feelings out as soon as possible. That's why I call it like a lean into it method, rip the band-aid off. Because I'd rather not just sit there and repress it, because then it's going to waste time. It's going to waste energy. Might as well just feel it all right now, get it out of the way so I can get to my end goal faster. That's literally how I think of it, because it's like straight to the point. I think that's the ADHD in me, where it's just like, get to the goal, get to the point fast. Like, come on now, you know? So that's where, to me, I would just, let's just feel it all. Let's get there, you know? So even the bad feelings, I was scared, I was nervous, I was whatever. Hello, a few dollars more. But I just let myself feel that. I talked about it. I got it out of my system. That's a big key of like my manifesting tip. Is one of the ways I manifest is when I'm really, really stressed, I go take a shower and I speak all my stresses out into the water, and I fill the bathtub up, like clog the drain and let it fill up with my worries. And then I drain it down and then do the same thing, same process, clog it up, but speak only good things, like the best case scenario. You know, I'm going to make it. I'm going to have that big month that I've been wanting, blah, blah. And my health is going to be in remission. It's been the same goals for quite a bit, but it takes time to work towards that, and I've been dedicated to it. And I really firmly believe I deserve this. And when you believe you deserve it, you don't let anyone backtrack you. You don't let anyone throw you off, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so that's where it becomes like people do everything to get to their goal, and they make it because they so firmly in their core know that that's what they want and that's what they go after. You can call it magic, you can call it quantum physics, you can call it whatever you want. It all relies on the kind of energy that you put in yourself. And a lot of times, you know, pushing out this fake positive energy is not going to do anything but deny yourself A, the ability to fully feel, and B, to be able to learn from what these feelings are trying to teach you, right? So, and it's all for you to decide what it's trying to teach you. And that's where you can't have shame to what you discover about yourself. You don't have to tell anyone. But don't hold shame to yourself. And I think even more, you should love those parts of yourself, because whatever that was just a protective coating, so to speak. You know, at the time that you developed that, you needed that protective coating. So be a little proud of yourself for, you know, doing yourself a favor like that. And it's kind of like, you know, when winter comes, you need a coat, but when summer comes, you no longer need that extra layer. So there comes a time of shedding, and you shed that old existence and just step into this new notion of, okay, feelings happen, there's no shame. If I need to cry, just fucking cry. Who cares, you know? There's a time and place for everything, okay? But, you know, with anger, there's always, it's called the anger iceberg, and it's like there's surface issues that are anger, and they're always deeper than, like, it's more of like frustration, pain, like physical pain or something, you know. So there's always like levels underneath the anger, and it's not really anger, but anger is just easier to manifest, like act out and whatever, so people turn to anger. So I think, you know, even then, like, feeling angry is okay. You know, smash rooms or whatever they're called, those are great. I highly recommend those. For me, I don't feel anger that much like that because it hurts my joints, but I do wish I could work out more and things so I could get the physicalness out. But I really do think just, you know, feeling that shit through and letting yourself feel the negative emotions or whatever you want to identify them with. I don't really identify them with negative anymore. I look at them as very indifferent, neutral. So, and I think that's just part of the growth process. And when you know you're raising vibrations, is when you learn to, I hate those terms, but it's the only thing I can say, is when you learn to trust, though, the external. Whatever I don't even know what it is. It's so hard to describe because I want to say, yes, it's me, but it's not just me. I don't know how the hell it happens. I don't know how we meet these goals. It is magical as fuck. There is no denying that there is a certain source of wizardry to it, you know. But for the most part, it requires you to firmly believe that you deserve that, because you and the universe wants you to believe. So your inner person, you bet, probably wants to believe, yeah, I deserve to live good, blah, blah. But truly to the core, do you act in ways that show that you believe that? Probably not, you know. So I can get my green card, but it cost me $10K. Oh, damn. Real J Coop, welcome in. Want to see what's... Oh, thank you, Grimbo. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, you guys. Godless heathen. Making me think about my defense mechanism. Hey, that's okay. Hey, we all develop defense mechanisms. It's all right. Sometimes it's okay to lay down that armor, you know, especially when you... That's metaphorically what I wanted to do. There was a time when I was tripping a lot using psychedelics. So, and I realized a lot of the trauma that I went through was like, it made me feel like I went through war. And I realized my dad had went through war. Every guy in my family has gone through war. And I'm like, oh my God, generational trauma, you know. So, same brother. Oh, thank you. You goddess. I appreciate you. Welcome in. But I really realized that, like, what I was doing in that time was really destructive and sabotaging myself, because it was things that, like, armor that I needed in previous situations, and it no longer served me. So sometimes you gotta put down that armor, but you need a safe place to put it down, right? So sometimes you gotta create that for yourself, and that's what I did. Sometimes you can't rely on someone to just create it for you, because people fucking suck. And a lot of us are, if you're my age especially, in the age range of 20 to 30s, we're still figuring our shit out and what we like and don't like. So we're running into a lot of people who also don't know what they like and what they like, right? And they're making mistakes, and we're making mistakes. It's all a learning process. That's why you really just got to give people grace. It's not your job to judge people how they make their mistakes, because that is part of their learning process, you know? And all of us have made mistakes more than once and not learned from them. Okay, so nobody can say shit. You know what I mean? So death comes ripping. Thank you. Do you have any recommendations for moving past romantic relationships? Yeah, just say forget them. And I know this sounds kind of harsh, but in the cliche way, if they're meant for you, they'll come back to you. But let's give one or two, like there's, you know, one or two scenarios. Either you fucked up or she fucked up, right? Maybe you want to be back together in the future. How does that happen? You know, you can't really force it. If she doesn't want to be with you, you can't really force it. If she messed up, there's probably some growth she has to do, and that's on boundaries. If you let her in too early, she's going to cross those boundaries. That's on you. You can only blame yourself if you get hurt again. It's happened to the best of us, just saying. Myself included. I've gone back to the same numbnuts 20 times and then left officially. So give yourself some grace. It happens if you are going through that. That's very normal, actually, when you're in a very attached kind of relationship, to have that dynamic. And I think they say it takes like 7 times before someone actually leaves, like on average. So give yourself some slack if you go back to said person. It's not okay, but once again, you make mistakes and you'll learn. Maybe it'll be for the best, though. You never know. But in the end of it, working on your mental health, focusing on what goals you want in the future. You know, is she what you wanted? What parts of her did you not really like? You know, what parts of it could you do better? What internal growth do you need to do better? What things did you struggle with? Were you jealous? Were you controlling? Were you possessive? Were you whatever? And then figure out the root issues. A lot of us are dating because of attachment issues. We want someone to see us as valuable. We want someone to sexually want us. We want someone to validate our physical appearance, our just being seen, just being heard. So once you kind of step back from needing that external validation, then you kind of stop looking at it from an ego aspect and you look at it from what's really good for your soul. A lot of times what's good for everyone's soul is interpersonal relationship work. So sitting down with yourself and reflecting, and not a lot of people want to do that. That goes for everywhere in your life. Relationship with work, relationship with people, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, anyone, yourself. It all starts all in here. So you got to figure out, okay, where are the things that went wrong, and you hold yourself accountable. It's not an attack. You're not a crappy person. Maybe you did crappy things, but we all do crappy things, okay? The best you can do is learn and change from that and be better. That is literally the biggest glow up. That's the best thing ever. Even if you put your hands on a woman, if you literally vowed to never fucking do that again and did the emotional work to never do that again, that is a huge glow up, you know? So give yourself some grace with any mistakes that you've made, but recognize that those are a point of learning and an opportunity to grow. So down the line, when you take these opportunities to grow, if she is also meant to be in your line, this is just quantum physics shit once again, but like quantum entanglement. If she's meant to be in your life and with your growth, it'll somehow, the separation is a catalyst for her growth and your growth. If she takes it serious and she really wants you in her core and you really want her in your core, eventually down the line, you guys will do the inner work to where you somehow coincide again. At that point, you might be so grown where you don't even find her to be the person that you want anymore. And I know sometimes that's hard to imagine, especially freshly out of a breakup, but that's how it has been for me every single time. Every single time I realize, oh, this was just an attachment issue and I've grown, and never in a million years could they approach me again and we'd be back together. It wouldn't be like that, because I've realized that they were the wrong person in general to be with. And that was my fault because I was doing things out of validation and things like that, right? So you end up learning one way or another just through the interpersonal work, if that person is for you. And you end up doing so much interpersonal work that it either attracts them and they're like-minded and you guys are together, or it pushes them away because they try to approach you and you've recognized maybe they did some things wrong and you now have boundaries and you don't even give them the opportunity to approach you. So, it's none of it's going to make it better. You can go back immediately and like put a band-aid over it, but if the same issue is going to happen again and again, if it's a real issue, and marriage isn't going to fix that, a baby isn't going to fix that, nothing. You got to work it out with yourself. You can't even change her. You got to figure out, okay, what can I do? Where can I put my boundaries? And if someone loves you, they respect that. And it's really just that simple. It's difficult, sure, because you're dealing with another person, but a lot of us find it difficult to respect people's boundaries because we're with the wrong person. We're with people through ego or validation, and they're not right for like our internal well-being. So it's hard to really, respect their boundaries because our boundaries lie very different, and we don't have these talks beforehand. We just kind of, talk for a little bit, and then people are a thing, and then they're married, kids, and realize 2 years down the line, oh, that was a little fast. I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what I want. They just follow through with the motions. So if you're okay with that, then, that's A-okay. But I think further down the line, you'll realize that following through with emotions doesn't always mean coinciding with your true happiness, and true happiness is more sustainable. Doesn't mean it's easier work, because when you want true happiness and true love, you're going to have to stand for who you are. You can't expect people to fall in love with you when you don't even show the world who you are. A lot of people mask who they are and just expect like someone just like come into their lap and fall in love with them and embrace who they are, and that's great, but most of people who want that don't even embrace who they are themselves, right? So like I said, it's all the internal world. It's stupid and cliche sounding, and it's a lot of work. There's no quick fix to it. It's not like going to the gym every day, but it all plays out to the best of your benefit if you use the growth wisely. So Jake, hello. Spiral Chameleon, I haven't seen you forever. How you doing? Absolutely, Godless Heathen. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the roses. Yeah, welcome in, you guys. Thank you for the gifts. They're all going towards my rent. So we're all donations through Cash App, PayPal, and stuff go towards Spudgy's surgery. She has surgery. Oh, you okay? She has surgery Monday. She's been approved for it. So we're just going to earn for that because I want to get it out of the way. So, and then all gifts go towards rent. So we're going to be pushing Patreon subs and all that stuff all until Monday. Levi, hello. Thank you guys. All the 777. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, welcome in, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you guys are having a good night. I was recently been diagnosed with ADHD. I'm doing a lot of soul searching work on myself and fell in love in the middle of self-searching. Okay. It can be kind of tough. Yeah, if you feel like you really are in love and like maybe things just disconnected, it's okay to take space. The thing is like, when you have a friend and they just like become so obsessed with you, and maybe you haven't, but we've all seen TV shows, like fucking Fairly Odd Parents, where that girl is obsessed with the Trixie girl or whatever the hell, We've seen it in action in videos and stuff like that. So imagine that in like not the worst way, but like the worst way, Some people just rush things too much and they think, oh, I need to be married in like a year to this person. And I'm only speaking from experience. And to some people that can be a bit much. And if you really love someone, you know that love takes time, and you give that person their own autonomy to be who they are. And if they're not ready to be down with one person, then with love, you let them go do their thing, and you can still respect them and love them all you want. And at that time, when you keep practicing it through that, when they return to you, it won't be any bitter feelings. Like, there's sometimes when I think about my high school ex, hypothetically, I'm like, should I have married him? But I don't think so, because I told him I was going to get tattoos and he said he'd break up with me. But so I'm like, okay, but hypothetically, like, if things came around to that, I would not give a shit who he dated. I wouldn't care. So it's kind of like that, in the midst of that, like when at high school me, if that happened, I'd be like torn apart. Oh my God, dating other people, but at the end of it, it's part of the journey back to you, you know, and you can't control all of it. So that's where it's not easy. I don't have like this like, oh, like just tell her this phrase and it'll all be fixed, because if she's truly meant for you and you guys are meant for each other, you will love each other from a distance and respect each other from a distance. Say you guys broke up and she really, really loved you and you really, 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 really love her. You guys will just both work on your inner self and not, you know, be fucking around with other people or whatever. I don't know what your boundaries are. I don't care. But, you know, you guys will do it solely for the soul searching of your own self to come back to each other. You can't control her. There's nothing you can say that will make her change who she is or what she wants, etc., etc. And if she doesn't know what she wants, you can't help decide that for her, really, you know? There's a lot of people who have that love that got away, but a lot of that is just attachment issues. A lot of that is just people who don't know how to heal from attachment. And so they have someone who just really accepted them for them and they don't find that again. But that's not love. Trust that you can find love, okay? Love is not attachment. So if you guys are truly loving and in love and just for each other, letting her have her autonomy and explore the world as she is going to be the best thing for her, you know? And you can choose whether or not to be in her life. That would be difficult, I could say. But I respect how you guys met and everything, and I think, you know, I respect the journey of it and everything. But my advice is always the same for people. Whenever, especially when we're young, don't focus too much on the love life. Go out and experience things. Do things that make you happy. Who knows? What if you are just focusing on your inner growth, doing interpersonal work, and like maybe you're going, I don't know if you go hiking, but just say you do. Maybe you're going hiking and she decided to like start doing the same thing and you guys met on the trail again, you know? It's simple stuff like that that like maybe you guys would laugh and you wouldn't say anything about it, but simple stuff like that like would just reassure that you guys are on the right path of being reconnected with each other and things. And maybe if that doesn't happen, then you're still going out and doing hobbies, and in the midst of that there are people out there that you will meet and you will be doing something that makes you really happy, and that will just bring a whole different vibe. And that's when a person will come in when you least expect it, and they will just accompany that happiness and just bring nothing but value to your life. No stress, no arguments, no, oh, we got to figure it out kind of thing. Because some people can figure it out with a person by their side, but some people need a little more interpersonal work and they need to figure it out a little bit on their own. And I know that can seem kind of rough. Once again, I only speak from experience, because for a bit I'm different than other people, and I suspect a lot of people who follow me are the same way, where they feel like they're very outcasty or they just don't know where they are in the world, you know? Like, I know where I'm at, but like I don't know, you know? But I was taking advice from the wrong people. I saw people who had relationships and were getting married and had these jobs, and I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? And they were giving me all this advice that's for normal people, and it just doesn't work for me. And now I've learned, like, okay, I gotta kind of figure out what I want and go from there and trust myself. And doing that helped me find groups of people that are like myself, and I can kind of open up about my experiences, and if I need help, they'll help me and they'll guide me, and I'll make my best decision from it, etc., etc. But it's really in this age, especially, I don't know how old you are, but even if you're older and you're single, it's better start now than never, you know? So, unless reconnect, it's never too late. Desire the old, right? Yeah, I think not in a mean way, but a lot of guys just thrive off of physical validation, having someone there every night to, you know, do things with. You've got to understand that there's more dopamine in the world than that. If that's the case, don't let that drive you. Put that energy into constructive things in your early 20s. You got time. You got time, dude. Take a deep breath. It does suck. I can't deny that. You know, self-care though. A lot of guys don't do self-care, and I wish they would. Girls, you know, it's not always bubble baths and stuff, but sometimes just crying, going for a drive, crying. Nobody's got to see you do it at night if you want. You know, you don't got to tell anyone. You can cry in the shower if you want. You know, just releasing. It doesn't always have to be sex. It doesn't always have to be working out at the gym. I feel like guys fall on those two things the most. Chicken! Thank you. But put those on the back burner and focus on other things, you know. focus on the good parts of yourself, and if you have shortcomings, just acknowledge them. It doesn't mean you're awful or anything. You're young. People are still learning at 65 years old, okay, how to be a better person. So you're doing one step at a time. You're doing great. Mickey mushrooms and cry. Exactly. There you go. Hey, turn on some Creed. If you need, if that's what's needed, do it, dude. Literally, that's what I do. Sometimes there's like a mountain range over here that has horses. Sometimes I just go over there and I'll turn on Chevelle and just cry and stare at the horses. Why? I don't know. I'm just feeling emotional. I need to get that out, you know. But yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. Not fun once again. What's my favorite programming language? What do you mean? Yeah. Because I remember going through those phases, a lot of anxiety. But really what I told myself is I stopped letting someone have that power over me. Like, I didn't like handing someone the keys and being like, hey, you can control all my emotions, you know? So at a certain point, I was like, ugh, just shut the fuck up. Stop crying. Okay, fuck that dude. In your case, fuck that chick. But not really. I'm sure you love her. She's great. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? So at a certain point, I'm just like, you know, I want to be happy. And I'm sick of letting other people dictate whether or not I'm happy. And it takes a lot to choose happiness. It takes a lot to choose peace. Why do you think there's so much fucking war? Why do you think haters hate? Because it's so much easier to choose destruction. I think it's like ingrained in us, to be honest, now with the human civilization and stuff. Take the back rooms to see the scenery. Hell yeah. Right. That's a good point, High and Died. Very true. Yeah, or you're gaslit about any kind of reflective things. My only, like, example of parenting like that I could do is my stepmom, because she was kind of poopy. Like, really poopy. Hello, Patrick. How you doing? Welcome in, you guys. Coming out your mic first plus second. Hello. Welcome in, y'all. But yeah, a lot of times when you try to reflect and talk about these things, especially if you're neurodivergent, you probably do that often. And then you speak on it and it's seen as like disrespectful, and then they gaslight you and shit. It's just never fun. But yeah, honestly, young or not, if you're going through troubles with someone, if you're going through troubles anywhere, it's start with yourself, okay? That's the easiest thing. It's not easy to be like, wow, I fucked up, but I always tell people, I just start saying that. I fucked up. You don't have to be like, okay, say you're sorry, apologize to you. It doesn't have to be all some shit like that. Just easily being able to say like, oh, I fucked up. It gets easier and easier to admit accountability where you mess up. And then from there, it's not really just about messing up. It's just shortcomings, learning areas, opportunities of growth. So rephrasing it, rewiring it in your body is not taking it so negatively is like your next best bet. But honestly, any kind of external issues are going to stem from internal. And that's where, like with the stream, that's where I really just try to hone in on the internal feelings, right? Because like with water, what you think is like getting etched into your body, essentially, is how I see it. So I don't want to get these negative things etched into my body. I'm just going to think positive. And like, sometimes we don't feel it to our core, but you have to think it every day. Every time you have a negative thought, you have to just make the effort and the intention to switch that thought around to something good. And through that, good things happen. Your subconscious starts believing it. That's literally how I got here. So, because they feel good, right? 100%, 100% high and died. 'Tis rough, but I still doing low hope as well with you. Things are getting better, Cyborg Jess. They're getting better, so I'm excited. But happy Wednesday to you guys also. This will be on YouTube, by the way, so if you missed any of it on Twitch, I'll be posting this on YouTube. Yeah. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I'm excited to go to the Asian store, and I'm excited for the doctor. So, lots of content tomorrow. If you guys could do anything, I'm posting on a new TikTok account, so just like my videos, comment on them, share them if you want, repost them. Any kind of traffic helps. I just started a new account for short form videos. And I have YouTube, so if you want to check out YouTube, I'm going to be posting a lot on YouTube. Like it's YouTube and TikTok, Twitch combined. So when I say a lot on YouTube, I mean a lot. So if you want to catch everything, it'll be on YouTube. Your parents are how you got here. True, bro. What? Cracking wares was always fun when you. I don't know what that means. Excitement. My throat hurts. I've been doing so many TikToks. But yeah, I'm excited. Tomorrow I gotta go find poster boards. I'm gonna start some art projects, hopefully make a lot of money. I really want to hit a big month. I'm determined. Spudgy surgery and rent are the two things that we have to get done this month. But other than that, I have like almost 5K in debt. My goal is to get that done next. So I would love to get that done this month. So I have a few ideas. Hopefully some of my art pieces go off well and I'll get there. But I've got 12, 13-ish days. So thank you for the wisdom. Well, I hope it helps. Once again, I'm sorry you're going through that. It's definitely not fun. None of it's fun, though. But if you keep letting people come back and hurt you, it's more not fun. And it takes longer to heal from that. And they're going to hurt you multiple times. People know what they're doing. They do. They're testing their boundaries. They're seeing how far they can get with you. And you want to think, oh, no, they wouldn't do that. No, they do. They do. People do. So you got to show up for yourself. You got to stand on business, okay? Don't let these people fuck with you, because they will. They'll think, oh, they don't mind, so they'll do it. Maybe it's not intentional, but they don't mind. It's like the best example I could give is like, you know, when you give someone cookies and like some people will take one and some people will take like 4 or 5. So, or some people will take the whole tray. So you got to have boundaries on how many cookies people can take, you know? And some people will test like, oh, can I take 3? And you're like, no. And if you let them take 3, they'll take 3, you know? They just do it because maybe their family let them, maybe their friends enable that behavior. Some of them don't mean it in like a malicious way, you know. Heal, don't catch feels, right? But you have to have boundaries and the discernment, because takers don't have limits and some people don't even realize what they're doing. So it's best just to have boundaries, and it's a lifetime of practicing that. I'm 29, still learning how to practice it. So it does get easier with time. Sorry you're dealing with that. It probably sucks even more. I remember when I was young, that shit sucked. It would like tear my heart out. Now if someone fucked with me that way, I'd shit on her chest. But for real, like, yeah, things get better, I promise. As cliche as that sounds too, but they get better as long as you want them to get better. Intention is part of it. So you have to be intentional about it getting better. You have to put the work into it. It doesn't just happen. But the good news is when you put the work into it, it happens. This sexy jazz music. You still get a Spectrum internet further. Oh, nice. I pay $50 for T-Mobile. I actually really like T-Mobile. So I don't know if Spectrum service my area, but I don't know if I really want to switch because I actually want to bundle my phone with T-Mobile. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Not fun. Do I get a donut tomorrow? Maybe. Every time I get a donut from Dunkin', they fucking give me an extra donut. It's so cool. I've been feeling so lucky lately. I got a free oil change, and they broke a piece, but they replaced that piece. It wasn't like they broke it like for doing anything. It's just that it was weak, so when they moved the hose, it was like a T-shaped kind of hose. It just busted because of the pressure. So at least that got fixed. So I got a free part out of it, free fixing, free oil change, and then like every single time I go get a coffee with donuts. The first time I got it, they gave me a free donut. And then now every time I get a donut, which isn't often, but I've gotten maybe 3 donuts in the last week and a half. Every time they've given me a free donut. I just feel so lucky lately. I feel so good. I feel like the energy's good, guys. And if the energy is good for me, then just know it will be good for you soon. Okay, I promise. No, I'm smoking right now. Smoking a bowl. That's where, like, I know in my head, like, I'm like, okay, I know High and Dad needs art supplies, and just stuff could be easier for him, and stuff could be easier for Albino Wookie. Stuff could be, you know, that's literally, my mind is like that. So it's like, okay, I want to I don't mind helping people, but I want to be selfish for a bit. So that's where like I don't want to apologize, but I'm just kind of prepping you guys that I am going to be very selfish, not in a mean way. I'm not going to fucking be rude. But like I'm going to prioritize myself so that I can get to these goals so that way I can be like that help for people that have been here supporting me and shit. So that's where like I gotta stop being such a yes man too, because as much as I want to be right now, I don't have, I'm not in the position to be, right. But my ankle kind of hurts. We'll get there. I think now until like January, I just want to work really hard and get a 30K month this month. I'm so determined for it. And my joints aren't perfect, but I don't care. I want to show up before they are so that when they are perfect, things are even better. So I just hope that if I show up for myself in this way, that things will go good, and I want those months consistently. So that's that, not just one 30K month, but like consistent 30K months like these big streamers. I want to make it big. I want to make it big. But the thing is they all collab with each other and they all like live in like some house together and shit, and I don't want to do that. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to live with any of those weirdos. Not that they're weird, but they are kind of, they like to bump coochies too much, I bet you. They all be doing each other. I don't like that shit. I don't like the whole pass around kind of vibe. You know when there's like groups of people and like they date each other, all of them date everyone. It's like just a giant swinging group essentially. Like, oh, you're done with her? Here. Cool, do what you want. I don't care. But regardless, that's not, I don't like groups like that. Sounds good, babas. I hope you have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Sweet dreams. I appreciate that, honey. Died. It's just the people pleaser in me. As you probably know, I assume you do. You know, I think we're taught from a young age that, like you said, you know, putting any kind of energy in yourself is like wrong. So we're taught to worry about our elders because they gave birth to us. What a greater gift could they given us, you know? I brought you into this world. Well, fucking take me out, dude. Take me out of here. Right? Anyway. But I really, like, I know I can get to this goal. So I'm, like, so headstrong about it. And I just know when I do, I have a very small group of people, which I love. It's so cool because it is a really, it's a really potent community. Even though it's a small community, it's really potent. So it's like, okay, I only have, like, a handful of people that I would really go out of my way to help and return any favors or anything. Like, it's a really small community that I would do that. So that makes it even easier to do, you know, and that's the biggest goal. I want to do that by December. So, sorry, my phone froze. That's where I'm like, okay, if I want that goal, you know, that's where I say the overflow happens, and you guys get the overflow. The overflow is even better. Like, yeah, I can give you $10 here, $5 here, but the overflow is like, I can give you $500, or I can pay for like, you know, a month's worth of supplies, or I can give you, you know, pay off your credit card or whatever the hell you've been struggling with, whatever the fuck, you know. So that's where like the overflow is even better, and I preach that, but I gotta take it into account too. The overflow is even better with the homeless people. Like, I will have people helping me cook and bust out more food daily or weekly or something, you know. So I feel bad because I'm not helping the homeless people. Like, I shit you not. When I see them on the street, I feel so bad, like real bad, like guilty as fuck, because I'm not helping them, and I bet they're hungry. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, Jess, like, I know like $200 would be great to spend on them right now, but $200 would also put you ahead for debt and like less bills next month or something. So I'm trying to get into the motion of like practice what I preach as well, you know, and show you guys the action with the words. And if I put it into myself, then hopefully the reward will be that the abundance happens and the people who believed in me will get the overflow of it rather than just like $5 here, $10 here, you know. So, and at that point, the whole, you know, the whole whatever would have built up, assuming like by thousands of people, you know. So we would have a whole community in the Discord, and that indirectly, even if I didn't help you guys, like say hi and died, you made some art, like say I never ended up helping you, that would not happen, but say I never did. But indirectly, like we would have a community of thousands of people, and you can promote your stuff and get art that way. So that's just for like people coming in, I guess, who like if they weren't promoted or whatever, like they obviously are still welcome to have the advantage of the community. That's the whole point of it. Um, so, um, yeah, don't mute Mr. Aaron Grimbo. But also thank you for unmuting him. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. You have a good night too. So that's the plan. It's a little difficult for me because I don't like that, but I know once I get to that 30K month, and not just 30K month, just consistently, then things will just explode. December will come. You guys will know because it will be a good Christmas for you. I've been saying like that. It's going to be a good Christmas. And last year I made the mistake of putting things into the wrong people. And I don't really regret it, but that money could have been better for myself, you know. Especially that energy and stuff. But this year I'm determined to do it for myself. And then that way, when Christmas comes along, I can. Christmas is, for me, I celebrate Christmas of way. I don't give a shit about Jesus. It's more of just the people that I live in my life celebrating them. I know there's their birthday, but it's just a collective holiday where I can celebrate them, and we're celebrating winter, another end of the year together, and I'm grateful to step into the next year with you guys, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I love gifting my friends just for the holidays in general, but this holiday is more meaningful because it's like, okay, I'm doing it all for myself, and then when the holidays come, like that'll be the moment of truth where I can just thank my community who's gotten me to this point and be like, yeah, we kind of almost did it. Because at that point, if I'm like consistent in my months, then the bar will be around the corner and just things will be good. So that's where like time wise I really have to put it into myself. And like sometimes, like yesterday I was gonna stream, but I was so behind with the laundry and the car and everything. I was like, okay, I need to decompress. I need a day to myself. I need to just relax in bed because I know the next day I'm just gonna punch out a bunch of content, which was today. So I did. And I don't like that because my joints prolong things. Like I want to do it one day, but I don't because everything takes longer because my walking, and then it gets delayed and shit. So it's frustrating when that happens, but the better I feel, the more on time things are. And that's where I feel like things are getting smoother and better and more routine. And stranger to the rain, thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. I don't know if it was by mistake or what, but I saw you unmuted him, so I was like, okay, it's not a big deal, thank you. But yeah. So, and all I can say is that's why I'm so super open about my feelings and shit, even when I feel like I'm failing, because I say like the paradox of it is when you feel that, it's just the good stuff is around the corner. And like the week that I experienced, y'all, like the eviction shit coming about, like that scared the shit out of me. I don't like being in that situation. I don't know. People think I look calm. I don't know what the fuck I look like, but I'm scared. Like I am scared. I'm scared I'm gonna be homeless. I shit you not. And it's not even about if I had all the money, because it's about what company would accept my rental credit score now because of how the eviction hits the count and stuff, you know? So I'm just grateful to be here. And, you know, the car thing, Spudgy's blood work, the lawyer, like it was all so fucking much. And I can't even believe I made it out of that. That was like the craziest shit I've ever experienced in my fucking life. On top of my health still doing this shit thing. That was the craziest time of my life. One of the craziest. I'm just glad I wasn't dating an abusive boyfriend then. Oh God, because fuck. But yeah. So I feel like things are better now. So my joints are getting better. I was very productive the whole week, getting my laundry done, getting things cleaned, and getting content out of the way. And I just hope, following my gut, we've changed, redirected things quite a bit. And it's not like they've been bad. We're still here, right? We're still accomplishing goals. We're still getting things done. I'm still allowed to have a nice coffee in the morning. So it's not like I'm in the negatives or anything. But I think, you've been homeless 3 times. I've been homeless this whole year. Ugh. You and albino Wookie makes me so sad. Who would want to? A lot of people. Because they're, you know, misery loves company. And I really wish they did like a statistic on how many abusive people had been abused. I want to know, because I feel like it's just 100%. So I just assume people who, it's either white or black. You either don't or you do. You either repeat it or you learn not to, you know? So I assume those people have not learned how to break those, whatever. But, yeah, don't you guys fret though. I don't know how to help people who are homeless. I hope you guys can post about it in the Discord. Like, I don't know if you guys need resources or anything or places to stay. Feel free to post about that. Like, if you guys, that's the point of it. Like, if you guys need help, it's not really the point of it. It's not to be like, hey, I need a few bucks here, a few bucks there. It's not yet. Maybe it will be. There's a fine line, but nonetheless, I still always say it's open for resources. If you haven't had food, like, people are there to help you. I don't want people taking advantage and using it, abusing it, because there's people who have, and we've had to get rid of them out of the group. But if you need severe help, like, it's not a big group, but there's people with resources. You never know who's in your area who might be able to offer you a room to stay. You never know. So it's open for that. If you want to be open about that in there, it's a safe space to talk about it. Like, sweet, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. All I know is this was a really rough time. I'm glad there wasn't someone awful in my life trying to sap the energy from me and making shit worse. And so I'm grateful to still be here. My car is working even better. Oh my God, driving her around today was so fun. I drove around for 2 hours. It was so fun. I missed it. Got all my laundry done from the last 3 months. Washed all my bed sheets. Even hung up all my sheets instead of folding them. I just hang them up now. So I have an official linen closet. I'm so mature. So if you ever come stay the night, you need a place to stay, we can bust out a blanket and a fresh sheet set and a fresh pillow from the linen closet. Ooh. Maybe I'll get a guest robe. But yeah, honestly, I'm grateful for those you guys are the OGs. You guys are starting this off, so I don't know if you guys really see my vision. I want to get to 3 million this year on YouTube. So I think it's possible. And I know with that will come the finances, and just know that you guys carried me there. That's all I can say. And I will be thanking you heavily. So just know that's always why I'm very strict about who's in my friend group and who I consider friends to me, because I know that my reward will be theirs too. And I want to make sure the right people are getting it, you know? So I really am pushing so hard for this, and I just can't thank you guys enough, because you guys carry it. I shit you not. Like, I just tell you guys what I want to do, and I try to practice it, but you guys really carry it. You guys are here watching my videos, watching my streams, commenting on my streams, everything. Like, it makes it happen. You guys just fucking saw, like, I had the craziest weekend. Somehow everything's fine. That's why I didn't want to cry anymore. Like, I'm sick of crying over shit that ends up being fine. Like, stop crying. Not in that way, like, you can cry. But, like, at a point, you learn, wait, there's no point in even stressing. There's no point in even crying. It always works out. So why am I crying about this, you know? So at this point, I was, like, trying to practice, not crying, but, like, just practicing trusting it'll turn out fine. Because it always has. So why wouldn't it, you know? So that's where, at this point, I'm just like, okay, I think, hold on, TikTok. I think everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. I know this seems severe, because people will come in and entertain the opposite idea. They're like, oh, what are you going to do? How are you going to pack? I'm not packing anything. What are you talking about? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not scared. I'm scared. But, like, I'm not going to be, like, leading with that emotion, right? That's why I'm not going to sell my PC, my motorcycle, my car, like, everybody. And I get it, but, like, those are the actions that are out of fear driven. If I knew I was going to make it, would I sell my car? Would I sell my motorcycle? No. If I knew that I was going to make this, I would still have my bike and things like that and be fine. You can sell me. So it's things like that, and just having faith that it's going to work out in my favor. And I just don't know how that works exactly, but I just conspire that it's the water thing, and that good energy reflects into the world, and the world is made of just water molecules surrounding us, whether or not we see them. So maybe that's how our environment reflects our internal thoughts, because we're always interacting with everything around us. Just the energy that we have. So, yeah. I'm just excited. I'm excited because to me that was just the biggest sign getting through that week that I can do it. I can do it. I'm scared, but I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. And I actually had this feeling a few months ago when we went through the first eviction and with the same company, and I was like, okay, like I was just doing a random drive, and for some reason, like I just got this overwhelming feeling that like I made my follower goal count, like I just blew up on YouTube, and like I just do it by doing my thing, you know, my health is better, and like I was just envisioning it all and like feeling the feeling of gratitude that was coming with that. Like I was really there, you know. And the closer I get to that notion, the more I feel like I feel it in my gut, and it's so interesting to say the least. So, and I think that's just like your gut vibrating at like being close to like the gold, you know what I mean? So, I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know the science behind it, but that's the best way I could correlate it in my mind, you know. But all I can say is I'm beyond grateful. Like when I say I'm grateful, like I don't mean to just be repetitive, but it's the I can't even put into words. Like I cry, like I shit you not, I sit there in the morning and just cry because I'm so happy. I never thought I'd be living in a house alone by myself, and some people think that's sad. That's so exciting to me. I come from such an abusive household. Like the quiet ambiance that I have going on is so ideal for my sensory and for my nerves. The low lighting, all of that, like it's so ideal and such a safe space for me, and people don't even understand how fucking healing that is for me, because in a home where things were being broken, thrown around, shit like that, like this is so healing for me and the dogs. It's so safe feeling, so that in itself, like it's just completely different. And 100% Grimbo. And I hope just I can't fix everybody's problems, but if you are without home or anything, if you just see my journey, if I can do this within a year, 2 years, you can do it too. So just believe you deserve that shit. You know, people don't want you to have good things because you being less than them in some way gives them a way to feel better. Don't let that get to you. Most people thrive off of ego. Most of the world does. So a lot of people, like if you're homeless, a lot of people will, you know, they love the whole victim fight thing. But once you actually get out of it, they don't a lot of them won't be around because there's nothing to make them feel good seeing you come out of that hole like you do. That makes them feel less in their accomplishments. So exactly, Grimbo. Yeah, and that's where like I can't fix y'all's problems, but the best I could do is be your hype man and remind you on a consistent basis what you deserve. I don't give a shit what people think around you. I don't give a shit what mistakes you've made. You know, you deserve to have a home, you deserve to have food, you deserve to be financially comfortable, you deserve to do what you love, you deserve to rest, you deserve to rest whenever you want and whenever you need, and you determine when that is as much as you want and need. When I started working corporate and then stopped working corporate and moved into OF and stuff, I think it took about a good 2 years for me to get out of that like PTSD alarm thing. You know, when you like are sleeping on the weekends and you think you missed your alarm or something, and you wake up out of your dead sleep and you know you get scared, or like you dream of your alarm and it like wakes you up. That's literally PTSD, bro. And it took me like 2 years to decondition myself out of that because I didn't have an alarm, because I was severely sick and I knew I just needed to sleep. So I just shut off all alarms. I knew when I quit my job, I had put enough money for like 2 months rent to where I could just rest. So I took that time and just slept. And truthfully, I slept for 2 years, 3 years, and I'm just now getting better. When I'm still sick, I sleep more, but I'm excited. I feel better. So like I literally go to bed at like 11 and maybe even 12 and wake up at 4 because I want to. What the fuck? Ew. Um, ugh. That's how I know I'm getting old. And I'm looking for preserved plums tomorrow. And I'm literally like, ooh, I need a pair of slacks. Ugh. Um, deserve an ounce of pink runts. Ooh, that sounds so good. Hell yeah. I know, right? I feel good though. It's so funny, dude. Yesterday, I was at Walgreens and what the hell was I saying? Oh, I put my card in the machine wrong, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, you put it in backwards. I'm like, oh no, I'm a boomer. It's happening. I don't know how to use the pay machine now. Oh my god. Oh my god. And she's like, no, no. I think like once you hit like 29, 30 is when you should be concerned. You look pretty young. And I'm like, ah! I'm literally 29 and I turn 30 next year. Anyway. Oh, hell yeah. Just got Dr. Scholl's. Hell yeah. Yeah, I feel pretty good. And with my joints, I feel like funny enough, it's kind of preserved my body because I've been bedridden for like 10 years. And I know that could be viewed as bad. But when I get the inflammation completely down, I think my body's just going to be like it was before the inflammation state, which was when I was like 20. So truthfully, I haven't aged much. So I'm just curious to see what my joint damage is going to be, if any, if there's going to be any joint kind of aging with the damage and stuff like that. Um, so I hope just with the good diet and things, I feel like if I had a bad diet, my skin would be reflective, super wrinkly, saggy, maybe whatever the hell. But I think with my diet and my health, despite all the medicine and shit, I think I'd like to think my body will be back in the clear, but we'll see. I'm definitely not going to be trying things like I did, like, you know, just right out the gate. I'm not going to go try running. I don't even know if I could run right now. Well, obviously not right now, but like if I could, I don't even know if I would know how to like physically do it. Cuz it's been so long since I've been able to run. Baddie shit. Hell yeah. Oh god. I have such a headache. I was going to do something, but I forgot. Like when I got off, I was going to do something. I think I was going to make a smoothie. Probably. And eat some nasty ass garlic. Ooh. Okay. Well, I'm going to hop off TikTok too. But I think I'm going to hop off now. I'm going to be on tomorrow. We'll be on YouTube and TikTok. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do some fun errands. Well, I guess they're not really fun, but hopefully a doctor appointment is great. And I like preserved plums, so that's kind of fun. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night or have a good day wherever you are in the world. Thank you guys for being amazing. I love y'all all very dearly. I shit you not. I say prayers every day with you guys. Not with you guys, but like, I always hope the best for you guys. And I say you guys by name because you guys mean a lot to me. For real, you're like my family. I don't want to designate that to you yet as that responsibility, but I do view you guys as my family, and I have so much love and gratitude for you guys. Okay, I'm going to stop being so kiss on the mouth homie gay for you guys. Anyway, bye. I love you. Good night.